Hello there. How you guys doing? Happy Thursday. Hope you've had a good day yesterday. I was quite tired yesterday, so I'm feeling better now. You're melting. Yeah, I can relate. It got up to like 27 degrees in here yesterday, which was too warm. But I'm glad that right now it's a reasonable temperature, so I'm not taking that for granted. Yes, it's cooler indoors today. Outdoors, it's like not been that hot the entire time, so yeah, it was just about not being able to let the air blow through as much because it was more of a rainy day, and yeah, wooden floors. So need to watch out to not have it rain inside. And obviously, while I'm streaming, I can't really hear if it starts to rain. So yeah, on those kinds of days, I kind of need to babysit the windows. But yeah, it seems a lot nicer today, so I'm not worried. Um, and also, it's gonna be a thing later this stream, but I'll already tell those of you who are already here. Basically, I'm waiting for a phone call later today, possibly during the stream. So that's gonna be interesting. Haven't used my BRB screen in quite some time. So you might be seeing that today. It looks very much like the starting up screen because I haven't really put much effort into it just yet. It's one of the many things on my never-ending to-do list to get a proper one. It's not a beach actually. It's like asphalt. Like it's a parking lot type area that has been overtaken by nature. It felt like the most Star Trek scenery background I've got, because it was a very surreal place. It was, I think on the way walking along the River Thames towards the silvery like barrier thingies. Yeah, those things. So it was very much out of the way, and it seemed like just it got completely abandoned. So, yeah, I was kind of impressed by the state of that parking lot. Because, yeah, the concrete is uh, letting all the plants through, especially some very big plants. So, yeah. And, well, I didn't have any backgrounds that look like there are a bunch of rocks made of, like, paper mache. So, this is the closest thing I had to that level of ridiculous. So, it'll have to do for today. But yeah, as I was saying, phone call later today. Also, yeah, if some of you have noticed that I've been seeming a tiny bit less energetic on stream, like for those of you who are like long-time viewers, you might have noticed, I don't know. Either way, yes, there is a reason for it. Basically, I'll keep it short. I have chronic health issues and need to get my medication adjusted, which is the phone call I'm waiting for. So, yeah, it's being treated and I'll be fine. Nothing, like, dangerous or anything. Just life being life. But yeah. Yes, obviously the health issue is that my brain is just way too big to exist. So, yes, and I am also growing extra arms. Yeah, I've been keeping very busy. But yeah, as I said, it's nothing to worry about. But yeah, it's a thing that happens every now and then. And I'm getting it fixed. So, that's the important part of the story. So, let's see, where is the game? I cannot find it. I know it's in there somewhere. There it is. So, let's actually start up the game. And there we go. If I remember correctly, we left off in the middle of a mission last time. So we'll have to figure out how to fix that one. Unless we already finished it. We might have already finished it. We'll see. Either I only just finished that mission, or I gave up on it. One or the other. It's been a week.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its mission, to explore strange new worlds. To discover new life and new civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Wow. Still so strange to hear this version of the intro. I'm now finally at season 3 of the original series again. So my rewatching process is nearing its end of the original series. Also, there have been teeny tiny flies that really like hovering right in front of my face. So. So, let's do that. Alright, so we did only just finish the previous mission. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure if they used it for the re-recording of it, because apparently for the remastered version of the original series, they re-recorded the vocals, and I'm not sure if that version uses that instrument. Like, I think but when I previously watched it, I watched it using a box set, and I think that's a different version than the one that's currently on Netflix. Also, apparently the Netflix stuff is moving elsewhere. Streaming platforms are weird. Well, yeah, TV show, movie type streaming platforms. Twitch is also weird. But a different kind of weird. In general, just with all the rights just changing hands all the time. It's something I've never liked about all the different platforms. Since, like, they keep on making new streaming platforms, then discontinuing them, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that version, and I think, when I originally watched the original series, on the, I think it was a DVD set, I think that one had the original version of the song used for the end credits, but not for the starting credits. So, if I remember it right. It's been years, so not entirely sure. And I watched, like, all of it in the span of, I think, less than a month. So I binge-watched the entire original series one summer, because I felt like it. And, yeah, I may or may not be a nerd. I know, it's probably a big shocker to all of you, but...
Our orders are to proceed to the Adibus system.
Alright, Adibus system. I have once again closed all the tabs I had open for this game, so where is the manual? Star Trek Judgment Rites. There. Got it. So, what was the name of that system? Something with A.
Our orders are to proceed to the Adibus system.
Adibus. That's number 8 on their star map. Let's see. So it's up here. Okay.
Alien ship in sensor range. I detect one Klingon battlecruiser on a parallel course.
Oh. Okay.
Klingon commander is hailing us.
On screen.
Greetings, Enterprise. Welcome to Atomos. I am Captain Kla.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, good question, because I don't think we're in the neutral zone, are we? So yeah, what are you doing
I am
here?
Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself. I take it that this is not your vessel. What are you doing here?
I guess we'll
I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself.
be, well, more formal with them. So, let's introduce
I
ourselves.
appreciate your courtesy, Captain.
No?
I wish to inform you that we mean the colonists no harm. You have my word that I intend to take no action against them. As you know, this is neutral space.
Okay.
I have as much right to be here as you. If you do not question this right, I believe that we are capable of bridging any misunderstandings that might arise in this delicate situation. I have always admired the Federation's diplomatic abilities. I believe we both have more important matters on our minds. Until later, Captain.
Well, it never rains, but pours. Mr. Sulu, take us into a parallel course with the alien ship.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay. I'm sure they're trustworthy. Okay, so we're just staring at their ship now. Do we say hello?
No response from the alien ship, sir. Perhaps their communication system is malfunctioning? The Klingons regret that they are too busy to resume communications at this time.
Okay, Spock.
Sensors appear to be experiencing malfunctions. Fascinating. Some anomalous readings are reoccurring. That would indicate that the ship itself is changing in unexpected ways. I have no explanation for the phenomenon. I have found at least one area that is suitable for transport.
Okay, so we're transporting onto the ship. Let's ask the computer about this planet, or area. So, at Bis.
Adibus, a small colony planet in the Klingon neutral zone near the Klingon border. Both Klingon and Federation ships are allowed in this entry as the Organian Treaty is in effect.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think the computer voice, it was voiced by someone else. Because the computer voice in the original series always sounded weirdly aggressive? Maybe? It was a bit overbearing. And this one isn't nearly as bad. Like, it didn't sound like the kind of thing you'd want narrating an audiobook. So, let's save and beam down, I guess. So, that one was to save.
Save new game. Can't delete previous.
There.
Save new game.
And let's beam down.
We're beaming aboard the alien vessel. I have Dr. McCoy meet us in the transporter room. Spock, come with me. Lieutenant Uhura, if its communication system is malfunctioning, then we'll need you.
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Scott, you have the comm.
Wait, Uhura is coming along. Wow. That's rare. Seems they're doing fine. Just rocking back and forth. That's a good sign. Hello. How are you?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What's going on here? Who's in charge?
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe the phase. That's one of the things that makes me so nervous. Nobody's really in charge. I try to take charge of little things like making sure the lights work. I don't like the dark. Are you gonna be in charge now? Maybe you should talk to the phase first.
The phase? What's the phase?
Yeah, let's ask that.
We contemplate our phase. Some of our people think they're the ones who keep everything going. Sometimes they tell us things to do. They remind some people when to eat. Otherwise, they'd forget. I don't forget, but that's because I'm smart. If you want to, you can probably talk to the phase in the oratory. The builders built the oratory. The room there to the south, they built the garden north. If you're hungry or if your head ain't feeling right, there's food and such in the hall. Through there, the west door. The rest hall is through the east door, but you might have to wait for one of the beds. The builders were just so logical. They thought of everything. You can go anywhere.
You know, Jim, I don't think there's much more he can tell us. I can take a tricorder reading on him if you think it's appropriate.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a tricorder reading on that guy. Because he seems to be doing perfectly fine.
His mental activity is very high, but doesn't seem pathologic, Jim. Respiratory activity indicates a high degree of anxiety by comparison with others of his race. Now, that much stress is unhealthy if this is a chronic state.
What's the Wikipedia article for? Did I miss something? I probably missed something. So, let's talk to this guy. Wife of Gene Roddenberry, okay. Was she involved? Oh, computer's voice. Okay. So, did she also voice the computer for this game? Because, I mean, it's possible, just it sounds very different. Which, yeah. I approve, because, as I said, the original series computer voice, I think they went a bit far on that one, because, like, that's not a voice you'd want to hear all the time. The way they made it sound, so. Yeah.
Go away! You're breathing on my table.
Okay. Fair enough. How dare we breathe in his general direction?
Slightly undernourished, sluggish pulmonary and circulatory conditioning. Doesn't get nearly enough exercise, I'd say. Brainwave activity uneven. I'd need a battery of tests to be sure. This is a complete new race after all, but he may be suffering from some blood chemistry imbalances, likely to be affecting his mind.
I mean, you could probably put that on a shirt. I mean, obviously, copyright issues if you did, but potential copyright issues. Pretty sure that phrase is long enough to fall under it. But either way, would have worked well on my shirt. So, or on, like, I don't know, but one of those name sign thingies you put on a desk. She did voice the computer. Alright. Well, I'm glad they went for not making that part authentic then. Despite having the same person. So, yeah. It's much nicer to listen to now.
You get no response. A potted plant.
Can I talk to it?
You get no response.
Fine. What about this plant? No, can't talk to that either. Kirk is doing fine. In case any of you are wondering. Just trying to make friends among the other creatures in this room. Well, life forms. I guess a plant doesn't count as a creature. Alright. Yes, if you stick the pot in the ground, it would be a planted pot. Would it be a potted plant pot that's planted? A planted potted plant pot? I'm confusing myself now.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
I'm Stan Bob. Did my mom say I could talk to you?
Why, yes, she did. What can you tell us about things going on here?
I don't think we know his mom, though.
No, not exactly. We'd like to know what you can tell us about things going on here, though. I don't know that we've seen your mother. Still, if you can tell us something about what's going on here, we would appreciate knowing it. Why, yes, she did. What can you
Let's
tell
just
us
lie
about
to him.
things going on here?
Yes, lying is the best course of action.
I don't think my mom would want me to talk to you.
She said...
Please go away and stop bothering me.
Because I figured that he'd have a response like that for the other two, but it seems like it wouldn't matter which response you choose.
Keep back!
Okay.
I don't recognize you, you strangers! Rackaback, Gormagon, you recognize these people? No, Tuscan, we sure don't.
What?
Keep them away. Keep them away from me. They'll hurt us. They're out to get us, I tell you. Have I ever been wrong?
No, Tuscan, you kept us safe, and we keep you safe. We won't let them get you.
You people don't want to come any closer. Honest, I don't want to have to hurt any of you. It's just that Tuscan won't like it. I hope you don't mind, but you really have got to stay back.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
You've mentioned... Yes.
The tricorder informs me that the Klingon boarding crew has just beamed into the adjacent room, Captain.
Hello.
You are Kirk. I am Kla, Captain of the Palya. This is my aide.
These Klingons are so innovative in their introductions.
Shh. I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These are my crew, Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. What can I do for you, Captain Clark?
You can avoid interfering with me or my man as we look around the ship, the same as you. And with the same air of mutual goodwill, we will avoid interfering with your activities. Unless we have cause to think your actions in some way threaten us or the Empire we represent.
We do not threaten the Klingon Empire, Captain Clark, nor its legitimate representatives.
Then there will be no difficulties between us, will there? We will leave you to your investigations now and carry on our own. You won't mind if we're in the room, will you?
We'd consider it a mark of our mutual respect, Captain, if you don't get in our way and we won't get in yours.
Okay then. Well, good thing he's not vaguely hostile. Okay, let's save.
Save new game. Can't delete previous game.
There.
Save new game.
Okay. So, can we talk to them?
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tuscan. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tuscan's afraid.
Watch what you say, Gormagon. You know I trust you.
He's just afraid, that's all.
Okay. Why is there a box with a clown's face on it? Oh, it's overturned. And a teddy bear? It's a very strange room. I wonder what this room was actually used for.
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
Not sure that's a clown. Really? I mean, it's like turned upside down, so that's the hair, eyeballs, and nose, mouth. And yeah, it's upside down. But yeah, it's still strange. Because why would a starship, or whatever this ship is, why would they even have a box like that with a clown's face on it? Like, is that their carnival costume box or something.
I don't care who you say you are. You're evil monsters in disguise. You want to get by me and the only people I can trust. You want to get into the back of my brain. You want to rewire me and change the way I think. Go away. Go away. Go away. Or we'll hurt you and make you go away.
Okay. So... he's doing perfectly fine. Let's maybe use a medical tricorder.
Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may be causing paranoid delusions.
You don't say.
It's also resulting in increased levels of hostility.
Yeah.
His adrenaline levels run quite high, and there's been organ damage from the extreme stress.
Wait, they just...
Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may be causing paranoid delusions. It's also resulting in increased levels.
So the extreme stress caused by his state of mind, they just skip recording that part, I guess. I guess it was time for the lunch break and they didn't want to record for even 1 second longer.
I'm just a simple country doctor, not a magician.
Fine.
There's some things I just can't...
I'm not trying to fix the box, but I'm pretty sure you just need to turn it right side up, and it would work just fine again.
Gormagon is one of the healthier individuals on this ship. Except for emotional stress, probably the result of being bullied by his buddies here. He's reasonably sound in mind and body. If I had to, I'd feel confident about treating him medically.
Okay. Treating him for his emotional stress. It sounds like that would just be taking him out of this room. That doesn't really seem like a medical treatment. Just going like, how about you pick different roommates? Doesn't really sound like medical treatment. How about that guy?
Like so many others aboard this ship, he's the victim of developmental genetic damage. A chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems.
Okay. So... like, I'm not sure what we're trying to treat them for.
A fuzzy animal-shaped toy that looks a bit like a bear.
I mean, I'd say it looks a bit more than the narrator would say. Like, it looks more like a bear than just a bit. What's this thing?
An overturned toy box.
So it's a toy box. So they've had kids on board. Are the kids still alive?
A pillow. A room which appears to be dedicated to leisure and recreational activities. At least that's what you can see past the crowd of people.
Did all the kids grow up into these people? I mean, it would explain things. If they were basically raising themselves. So...
Protect me.
yes,
They're after
yes.
me. We'll
Of course
hurt
we
you.
are.
So just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
Okay.
See here,
They're
Captain
back in?
Clark. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
The Klingon
What?
observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
What? How is this suddenly behind their backs? Fine, I'll go back. I mean, this guy? I mean, we've talked to him earlier.
Hi there, remember me?
I don't think I should talk to you.
So he said that his mother probably doesn't want him to talk to us. Yeah.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Mutual respect, also known as calling the others Federation scum. Seems the whole mutual respect thing is going great. How about we talk to them and their mutual respect?
You want help from me? That's a laugh. My captain evidently regards you rather highly, though. I'll just say that Rackaback rogue is clearly asking for a drubbing. I knew someone just like him back in basic training.
Captain Kirk, dealing with Tuskens should be your first priority.
Oh, of course, yeah. So, let's talk to the others, I guess.
This Tusken seems paranoid.
Yeah?
Trying to control everything.
Yeah?
He's got a great fear of anyone fooling around with his mind.
Yeah?
If he were a crew member, I'd suggest tranquilizers and a lot of examinations.
Yeah, well, he's not a crew member of ours, so... But yes, stating the obvious. But, I mean, it is accurate.
Captain, that chess game is fascinating.
This chess game, right there, I guess.
Captain Tusken bullies everyone. I think he's afraid of everyone, and that includes us. We should find a way to calm him down, I think. There must be some practical way. Perhaps we just need to see how he reacts to things, and then we can make a plan.
Maybe he likes music. We could just play him a song and he'll calm right down. So, let's look at the chess game, I guess.
You like chess?
Oh?
Any good? Jake sees a whiz at it, even though he's pretty slow about everything else. My brother Rackaback took away his stuffed bear. Jakesy won't come in here to play no more. This is my greatest game ever. Give you the bear if you can beat me.
Yeah, you can have the dumb bear if you beat my brother at chess, and if you don't cheat.
Okay. So, Spock, do your thing.
A complex situation. However, check and mate.
How'd you do that?
He cheated you, brother. He must have cheated you.
No, that's a legal move. Here, take the bear. I promised, and I do what I say.
Okay.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game. I think it's a dumb
yes,
game. That's what I think of this game.
You mentioned. Thanks for the input. So let's give him the bear.
I'm not going to talk to you.
Wrong guy. Okay. So, which one of them does the bear belong to?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, none of them. Wait.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum.
The Klingon observers seem interested.
So let's talk to the less affected guy a bit more.
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tusken. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tuscan's afraid.
Watch what you say, Gormagon. You know I trust you.
He's just afraid, that's all.
Okay. We
Looks more healthy than most of these folks, Jim. Let's just say I don't care to get into a dust-up with him. Looks too healthy for me to be willing to cross him. This individual appears quite disturbed and agitated.
You watch your mouth. You're trying to rile up my buddies, make everybody turn against me.
Okay.
You stay away from my brother. What do you want with him? Do you want to fight? I love a good fight.
Look out, Rackaback. They're up to no good.
Hey, what you trying to do?
A thing called talking.
As long as he remains conscious, his extreme paranoia will prevent a mind meld with him.
Oh. So we need to knock him out and then mind meld with him. Alright. Like, in general, like, over the span of the original series, at some points, Spock just seems weirdly eager to mind meld with pretty much anything. Like, random alien slug thing. Yeah, that seems like a great thing to, you know, mind meld with. So...
Captain, I think there must be some other way to achieve what we're trying to do here.
Probably. Do I give them back the bear?
What fever dream inspired this idea?
Ouch. Pretty sure I just got told off by the narrator. And pretty harshly, too. So, do we just stun them?
Watch out, Rackaback. They're up to no good.
No, we don't. Okay. So, anything we can pick up?
No effect.
Jim, given the mental states of these people, the less damage we do to their environment, the better.
In other words, Doctor, if we don't need something for our mission, we shouldn't touch it.
That's my recommendation.
Okay. How about this thing on the floor? No? Anything in here that's relevant? Doesn't look like it.
A narrow bed, a bit mussed up. It looks as much like a place for enforced cryosleep during a long space flight as a place to sleep for the night.
I mean, it seems a bit weird to sleep for the night like this. Like, you know, heads stuck together with your two closest buddies. I mean, gotta make sure that if one of them snores, everyone gets to hear every single glorious sound. Sure, there won't be any issues with that.
A potted plant. A potted plant.
Oh, that's a rectangular thingy, but...
A table.
Looks like a cardboard box.
A set of books.
Okay. So, wait. Right. McCoy said he was willing to give the other guy medical treatment. Does that mean we just use the med kit on him?
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
Got a feeling that they're not going to allow that, but we could try it. Yes, yes, Klingons, yes.
Keep away from me.
Okay.
I don't need that. I don't want to hurt you, but I won't let you hurt me neither.
Captain, I don't think this is a smart thing for me to be doing.
Yes. Exactly. Maybe we could treat some of the other ones, though. The less aggressive ones. Might as well try. So, let's see if we can help anyone.
This isn't a medical matter, Jim.
You sure?
This isn't a medical matter, Jim.
Fine. I think I might not have used the medical tricorder to scan this guy. So let's do that.
This individual is a juvenile in good condition, although mildly undernourished. There's no immediate danger, but there's some traits that should be watched. He's healthy now, both mentally and physically, but he's at some risk if he's put under too much stress. I'm just a simple country doctor.
Yes, I misclicked on something. So, let's just talk to everyone.
The youngster looks a little wan, either from lack of the right foods or insufficient exercise, and there don't seem to be others his age he could pal around with.
A sleeper ship. Is there a more primitive way to achieve star travel?
There are generation ships, Captain. Although I hesitate to engage in speculation, these people might have been the descendants of the original passengers, not the passengers themselves.
Given what I've seen, Spock, I don't think they'd survive as a generation ship. I'm surprised they've survived as long as they have.
An astute observation, Doctor. I am impressed.
As much as I hate to break up this newly formed Mutual Admiration Society, we have work to do.
So, are they implying that this was a generation ship and the generations just went on for a bit too long with a bit too small of a crew? Because I'm getting that impression.
As institutionalized as this room appears, Captain, you can see people have done a few things to make it more their own. I wouldn't be surprised if people stash trinkets away, things that have use and meaning to no one but them. Then again, I am definitely not going to suggest we go looking. Some of these beds don't appear to have been changed in longer than I want to think about. However, if someone wants to show us one of their little treasure boxes, I'll bet it's been well hidden.
Okay. That seems very hinty. So, I mean, maybe we can just have someone else search for stuff. Like, Kirk.
This seems like a relatively comfortable place to take a rest, but you've got more important things to do.
But yes, it kind of sounded like maybe they had a very small crew and had them intermingle for a few too many generations. Just based on how the stuff is going. Like, they all seem to be having weird medical issues.
I do not see the logic in that.
This seems like a...
Can we pick it up?
No effect.
Can't... Tricorder. Tricorder.
A configuration of fabrics and metals arranged in a manner commonly used as a sleeping platform by an individual humanoid. Surface approximately 1 meter by 2. However, there are a considerable array of passive scanners, much akin to Dr. McCoy's beds in sickbay. Few of the interfaces remain active, and these beds are little more than just that. Beds. Nevertheless, while they were functional, these beds could have been quite adequate as cryogenic chambers for sleep ship travelers.
Fine. So there might have also been a sleeper ship. Even if they seem like they maybe weren't. But then again, we haven't seen a single woman so far, so that would also cause issues with the whole generation ship situation. So... Well... I mean, the weird neurological issues, like, issues could possibly be a thing, maybe? I mean, some, like, mental health issues are also hereditary. So you'd think that inbreeding would make those worse. I'm not saying that's the only thing, but it just seems like a possible explanation for what happened here. Can we go the other way? Oh, we can. Who's this guy? Well, I guess they've got a king.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
Well, they also seem to be having other issues. Like, McCoy, mentioned that a lot of them seem strangely malnourished, but it could just be that they're not eating. So... yeah, of course. It just... the way he basically just said, oh, that one guy, he's the healthiest out of everyone physically, just makes it seem like there's more stuff wrong with the others. So, yeah.
Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy?
I don't think he wants to share.
Can you smile for me, Jakesy?
That's just weird. Like, if you walk up to a random child, like you're not familiar with, and ask them that, wouldn't that be a very strange thing to do?
Is there something
Just
you
me.
want, Jakesy? What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
So, you think that's the toilet? I mean, it might be. I don't think we've ever really seen a toilet in Star Trek, have we? Maybe people just no longer have those biological functions. They just eat and then they just... I don't know. So... I mean, who knows, maybe the food that's replicated in the replicator, maybe they somehow made it so that humans no longer have any sort of waste products. Would simplify things. Yeah, let's ask about this place, I guess.
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Okay. Why did you walk over there? Nobody knows.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place? Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy?
I guess we can ask that.
The sweet-faced adult
Yeah.
shakes his head no.
Yes, I think that's gonna be the response to everything. How about a giant stuffed bear? There you go.
Soft. Nice. You get blocks now?
He gathers together the blocks and gives them out to you.
Okay. Well, just the one block, apparently. Like... alright.
We acknowledge your obeisances, but you be not more than a jumped-up merchant. Think you money might buy position? Little man, get away from our royal personage.
Okay.
Methinks you peasants should know your place, and speak only when royalty speaks first to you. Methinks you
Yes. Okay. Alright. They're back.
We are just here to look around, Captain. I'm sure you don't mind.
Would it matter if we did?
Your doctor's discourtesy, though indirect, does no credit to your party, Captain Kirk. I would have expected better when we have done nothing to warrant rudeness.
We need not interfere with one another's activities, I think.
Federation scum, like, is what they called us just, like, 5 minutes ago. Yeah, they've done nothing to warrant rudeness, and our party being even just slightly rude is totally Unjustified. Yeah. Let's talk to this person.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Seems like a fair enough thing to ask.
I'm called Ma. My son is Stan Bob.
Okay.
And I failed him. I feel so badly. I'm a terrible mother.
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Okay. Anything...
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you tell me what the problem is?
I guess we'll go for that.
I'm a bad mother. I tried to do right, get him what he wants and needs. Just so depressed. Everything died.
Who died? What died? I'd like to help if I can.
I did it. I'm a bad person. Killed all the plants, and now they don't produce anymore. I'm not worthy to have a good son like him.
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son. Would you care to tell me about it?
So, is that why everyone's so malnourished? Because some important plants died and now they no longer have a balanced diet? Is that it?
Why do you think you were the one who killed the plants? Have you even looked in on them recently? What if someone showed you that you were wrong? A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son. Would you care to tell me about it?
Sure, let's go for that.
Little Stan Bob. I tried to feed him right, give him safe food. He really likes fresh fruit. Now he can't have it anymore, and it's all my fault.
Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be your fault at all. We'll try to help. You have my word. Your son still loves you just for trying. Of that I'm certain. He wouldn't want you to be so sad. Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be your fault at all.
Let's go with this.
You have my word.
Because the other one is more like, yeah, it is your fault, but he still loves you. And I'm not sure what's going on yet, so let's just assume it's not her fault.
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Good talk. So, let's look around some more.
A mechanized food delivery and recycling system not unlike what you see every day aboard the Enterprise.
Can we use it?
No effect. The machine whirs, lights blink, and a pre-packaged container of food is deposited on the tray.
Pre-packaged.
The box of prepared food is light and compact.
Okay. So let's use the tricorder on it.
A reprocessed cellulose-based container with prepared nutritional components inside, appropriate as a meal for one individual. In addition, the food appears to be laced with a variety of drugs, which Dr. McCoy could better analyze than I.
Okay.
As a meal, the food in this little box is a tad high in carbohydrates by human nutritional standards. Still, it would supply about 1/4 to 1/3 of a day's average caloric needs and includes protein, fats, fiber, a bit of spices and flavorings. There are also drugs in the food, some of which we added, you know. It's quite heavy on the alkaloid tranquilizers.
Okay. So we added some of those. Still trying to figure out what is going on here. The plants? I mean, some of them are doing okay. No, this time they didn't decide to be hostile.
These plants look green and healthy, with strong stems and shiny leaves. These plants look brown, pinched, and wilted, although their root systems are as well developed as those in the other hydro bins. Attached is a sealed metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top. A trace of greenish mold rims the connection joint.
Okay, so the greenish mold is the problem. Presumably.
Chlorophyll-based plant species. Minor evidence of opportunistic disease incursion, but that appears to be secondary to reduction in overall plant vigor.
Is the medical tricorder gonna work on these?
A little recalibration. Not like these are people, after all. These plants are dying, Jim, no doubt about it. Basically, they're starving to death for lack of active organic compounds. Fertilizer, basically. I'd say most important, a certain soluble phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium compounds.
Oh. So they just need fertilizer. Okay. Simple enough. How do we get that, though?
A hydroponics room, Captain. The console against the wall appears to be a workbench.
Okay. So, use it.
There is nothing on the work console. Proceed with your work. This console is prepared to scan items anytime you are prepared to use it.
Okay. So, can we pick up that plant?
No effect. No
Any
effect.
of plants?
No effect. No effect.
But yeah, that voice was very strange.
I do not see the logic in that action. These units remind me of the hydroponic gardens of Shantara 4. The equipment is extremely similar. These plants do not appear to be particularly healthy, Captain.
Okay. I've got a feeling that they won't trust us to give them food.
An unremarkable piece of furniture offering nothing but a flat surface from which to eat while standing up.
Okay. They didn't even manage to give them chairs to sit down at. Oh, now the other blocks are hidden. Okay. So... I mean, maybe we'll just give this guy food, because he's the most malnourished.
The youngster wrinkles his nose at the box of food.
Okay.
Protect me! They're after me!
Yes, yes, of course we're after you. Anyone want some food?
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh.
And I'm hungry. But Tuscan always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say was okay. And I'd rather fight you anyway. That's even more fun than eating.
Okay.
See here, Captain Claw. I told
the Klingon.
So he is interested in the food.
That looks good. And I am hungry. But Tuscan always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say.
I am hungry. So hungry. It looks like good, wholesome. But I don't take nothing from nobody. Nobody but Maul. You'd do something to it, make me different. You'd rewire my head.
Okay. So who's Maul again? Is that the lady in the food room? Because, I mean, it would make sense why they trust that lady with the food if that's her responsibility. Wait, are these the other plants that have gone haywire? Or is that the mold? I guess either one. So what's through here? Oh right, the other plants. Yeah. So... Oh, fine, that was a door to all. Who is this person? Hello? Oh. That's
Captain,
fine.
we have just been thoroughly and efficiently scanned.
Please identify yourself. You haven't been in to see me before, have you?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These others are my crew. Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. Who are you?
We are the Fays. Did not your parents speak of me?
Captain, note that it identifies itself only erratically in the singular I, and a blend of voices typifies its communication.
Are you suggesting it is a hive mind, Mr. Spock? Or is the voice synthesizer simply programmed for a harmonic chord of voices?
Inconclusive. It may also be that an array of otherwise independent machines have been linked to provide the requisite computing power, although that is an antique and unsophisticated method of achieving this level of intelligence at odds with the overall level of sophistication and evidence. I suggest we pay close attention to both its actions and its words.
Fays, why would our parents have spoken of you?
I am here to care for all of you, Kirk. It is easier for me to care for you when you are younger, but sometimes one's parents are forgetful. We understand. I will care for you now. You will feel better after you eat.
Great. A food-fixating mothering computer.
It could in fact be very much that.
Fays, you're about to land on a planet inhabited by sentients in the middle of a settlement. If you are in control of this vessel, you must stop. You must not land there.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now. I'm very busy.
Yeah, so it does sound like it's a generation ship after all, because the whole, like, them expecting a bunch of people to grow up on this ship, like, fully grow up, entirely just living on this ship, definitely makes it sound like a generation ship.
There is no response at all. Not even a flicker of attention crosses the person's eyes.
Okay. I'm gonna scan you, because I'm not sure you're alive.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind. Completely withdrawn from external stimuli. If I were to put her arm up in the air, it would stay there until I moved it back down.
Psychological damage or something physical?
I can't be sure even with rather extensive tests, but from the tricorder readings I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times they would have said she was skittish or prone to a nervous breakdown or weak-minded. There are a myriad of childhood developmental blind alleys that might restrict her adult pattern creation, representation,
Don't stop.
What?
You're starting to sound like Spock.
You do not have to be insulting, Captain.
Was he just missing the end of that take? Because
she's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged.
Psychological damage or something physical?
I can't be sure even with rather extensive tests, but from the tricorder readings I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times they would have said she was skittish or prone to a nervous breakdown or weak-minded. There are a myriad of childhood developmental blind alleys that might restrict her adult pattern creation, representation,
Bone, stop. You're starting to sound like Spock.
You do not have to be insulting, Captain.
yes, I do think he missed the end of that take, and he just went with it. He's supposed to say capabilities, but he says yeah. I mean, it's a very long take, so I get it. But still think it's funny. Uhura's just staring at a wall. She's fine. I think.
I'm just a simple country doctor, not a magician. A shining example of perfect health.
Yep. So, she's fine. As I mentioned. But yeah, the whole, like, if we raise this lady's arm in the air, she won't ever be lowering her arm at all. I don't think that's physically possible, though, because, like, she is still alive, so she would have to be using muscles to control that arm. And you know how when you raise your arm in the air, eventually it gets tired? And if you keep on trying to keep your arm in the air, eventually you just can't anymore. Because gravity is a thing and muscles get tired. And I've got a feeling that she did not develop superhuman capabilities just because she's catatonic. But who knows?
She appears to be cataleptic, Jim. No response to outside stimuli, a total lack of voluntary motor responses.
Can you do anything for her, Bones?
On the ship, maybe. The tricorder can tell me a little more, of course. A country doctor's bedside manner can only go so far.
Still feel like he's a bit more than a country doctor, considering he's been, you know, the chief medical officer of a starship for a while. So... this room. What is that? Oh, fine, that's that room again. Was there... maybe another room? No, no door back here. I guess we can try talking to her again. Yes, yes.
Hi there, I'm Captain James. Are you feeling all right, ma'am? You look so sad. Would it help to tell us why you look so down? Hi there, I'm Captain. Are you feeling all right, ma'am?
I'm a bad mother. I tried to do
there.
What died?
I did it. I'm a bad...
A mother's job can be difficult. Why do you think you were the one who killed the plants? Have you even looked in on them recently? What if someone showed you that you were wrong?
Let's go with that. Since we've now looked at the plants and most of them seem fine.
I'm eating what the phase makes for me, so I'm just resting. I'm tired, and I really don't feel like doing anything. I'd be so happy to know my boy could have safe food again. It's better for him than what the phase provides, I think. But I killed the plants. They're dead, and I can't make them better.
The woman's eyes brim with...
Okay. So she doesn't trust the machine-made food. I mean, the plants, most of them seem fine, other than needing fertilizer, right? Let's use the tricorder on the healthier looking ones.
I'm a doctor, not a country boy from Iowa.
Come on! We scanned the other one just fine. So why can't you scan these ones?
Recalibration.
A little recalibration.
I'm a doctor, not a country boy from Iowa.
But the little recalibration doesn't work on the other ones.
Various plants grown in a specialized, nutrient-rich medium. These units remind me of the hydro...
Okay.
These plants look green and healthy, with strong stems and shiny leaves. A sealed metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top. A trace of greenish mold rims the connection joint.
So, can we fix that one specifically?
These plants do not appear to...
Yeah, but like, can you fix it though?
The feeder hose comes free and a mechanism pulls it out of the way. But a terrible stench rises out of the container, smelling like many things died in there long ago.
I mean, in my experience, dead plants don't actually smell that bad. Because, you know, they just eventually turn into compost. Or they just dry out. One or the other. So. Wait, what's that thing? Oh, I guess that's the feeder hose? Yeah, maybe.
A round metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top.
Okay.
These plants look brown, pinched, and wilted, although their root systems are...
So... tricorder on this part.
This 40-liter capacity metal keg is constructed of steel with non-reactive alloy lining. The round opening for the feeder attachment is just under 10 centimeters in diameter. Inside is an uncomplicated life form.
Oh.
And it appears to fill the interior of the keg.
Okay. So there's a life form in there.
That keg is steel and alloy, but inside is something unusual. That greenish mold around the lip appears to be a wild growth. Can't compete against more complex plant life in an open ecosystem. But in isolation with a nutrient-rich broth, which I take it the keg contains, it does very well indeed. Of course, it seems to have completely blocked the feeder tube, which probably accounts for why the plant's struggling to survive in this hydro bin.
Okay. So maybe we can show that to the lady and just go, look, this one was just blocked.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No. Fine. Well, so far we're finding out that, well, the people here are having all sorts of issues, including this one plant having died. Which was apparently because of mold growing in its feeder tube. Oh, maybe we can use it here. Ah, there we go.
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused.
Okay. So, Spock, do your thing. Hello, how are you doing today?
The nutrient broth in this container
Yes,
has become
yes.
contaminated.
Fine, workbench then.
The nutrient
No?
broth in this container.
So how do we fix it?
A sealed metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top. A sealed metal.
Okay, so the entire workbench is now that thing.
A sealed metal.
How do we disinfect it? Phaser?
The container heats up rapidly and
course.
foul-smelling smoke pours out of the small opening on the top.
You fix everything with a phaser.
This container must be refilled with nutrient broth before it is replaced for use.
Two feeder hoses roll out on wired mechanisms and insert into the container. From one flows a clear liquid nearly filling the container. The other hose just makes burping noises.
Okay. Is that enough?
A round metal keg with a feeder.
Like, maybe those were very important burping noises.
Inadequate nutrients.
Dang it. Okay.
A single feeder hose inserts itself into the container. Nothing flows out, however. It just makes burping noises.
So, do we just put the food packet in there?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Medical tricorder?
No life form registration, Captain. The keg has only inert chemicals inside, none of which would sustain life, at least not in their present form.
Okay. And science tricorder.
It is filled with a dense but nutrient-poor liquid medium. This is a typical means of root support and nutrient delivery for hydroponically grown plants.
Okay.
A large countertop well suited
There.
as a work.
So there's the workbench. Is that gonna work now? No.
Inadequate nutrients.
So how would I fix this thing if I can't even really scan it?
A single feeder.
Where would that stuff come from?
The ceiling looks interesting.
Yes, very.
The ceiling looks interesting.
I guess let's use the tricorder on the ceiling since Kirk is so enamored by the ceiling.
The ceiling is plaster on a titanium steel frame. The pipes are ionic copper.
Fascinating.
A combination workspace and computer console, Captain, with robotic leads on the visible hookups. The data terminal appears to serve as data storage and analysis of materials put on the countertop. In short, I believe it acts as a gardener's assistant to anyone working on the plants in this room. I do detect some evidence of malfunction in one of the hookups, but I believe it would take the inestimable skills of someone like Commander Scott to track down the problem, much less repair it.
Are you saying it's broken?
Only a small part seems to be broken, something involving one of the feed lines. The rest of it appears to be in good order.
Wow.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Dang it. But he just said it would take Scott to repair that. I guess we could talk to the Klingons?
Why would I want to chit-chat you treacherous Federation snake?
My aide and I are merely observing both you and conditions on this ship. Should I have an observation to share with you, I will certainly not hesitate to do so.
Hope you enjoy your lunch. So, what are we going to do about this stuff? Also, why do we have the building blocks?
Multicolored blocks, suitable for a child to play with. The ceiling supports a complex network of pipes with vines growing between them.
Okay.
A large countertop well
So...
The ceiling looks interesting.
Yes, I know. I guess we could use Kirk on the machine? No.
Inadequate nutrients.
A single feeder hose.
So... McCoy? Can't even reach him. There we go.
I don't understand any of this, Jim.
How about Uhura? Maybe she's got Scotty's skills
Captain,
somehow.
There's got to be a better way to handle this.
Can we just have the Klingons help us?
Something about this Klingon makes you want to bust him square in the chops.
Oh.
But you restrain yourself, knowing that it is conduct unbecoming of a Starfleet officer.
Okay. So how are we supposed to fix that tiny part that not even Spock can fix? Considering... Yes, the ceiling looks interesting. Considering that using the communicator...
Nothing to report, Captain.
Scott isn't even allowing us to say anything. So... Do we talk to this
Hi
person
there, I'm
again?
Captain James. You look so sad. Would it help to tell us why you look so down?
Do you have any children, sir? I do. A son. and I've just not treated him right. Tried to do right, but everything died, and I can't give him what he wants, what I think he needs.
A mother's job can be difficult. And what died? A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son.
Little Stam Bob. I tried to feed him right.
Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be your fault at all. Your son still loves you. Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be your fault at all. We'll try to help.
The woman's eyes brim with...
So... Do you need some food?
I suppose I could eat something. I think it makes me feel better, even though I'm such a bad mother. Such a bad person.
Okay. But I don't think you actually ate anything. Alright, fine. Fine, she did. So, did that help?
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
I'm called Maul. My son is Stam Bob. And I failed.
The woman's eyes brim with...
Fine. So maybe we need to drug it even more. Yes, the one issue. They're not... Their food is not quite drugged enough yet.
The box of...
We'll see. So... Medkit. On food.
There's nothing there that requires a ship's medical kit.
Fine. On her?
I'm reluctant to medicate any of these people, Captain.
Fine.
She seems to have a chemical stew in her veins already, and I'd be concerned about unpredictable drug interactions.
Well... Fine, I guess. Maybe there's someone else we're supposed to give food to. You? Do you want some food?
Just ate. I'm not hungry now.
Okay.
Our royal taster seems to be elsewhere. We will not eat any food that is not approved by the royal taster.
Okay. Thanks for the follow. It's very important not to trust any food that hasn't been approved, yes. Do you want some food?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Does he want some food?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No. Okay. Oh, and the other people were ones we tried to offer the food to, and it didn't work. So... Tricky. It's very important to know just how to overly drug all your food. So... I wonder what the thing with the giant arrow is. Anything we can do with it? No? Oh, that's Aura's hair.
This room gives the impression of being two disparate things joined for an obscure reason. There's a space to eat in, and a medical area that doesn't fit with the place to eat paradigm. At least it wouldn't fit together at most places in Federation space.
Okay. So... I guess we're supposed to look at the
This seems
table.
to be a non-emergency medical station. A first aid stop, you might say. Jim, I think if I check it out with my tricorder as a translation device, I might begin to better understand these people.
Sure. Let's do that.
This computer gives me some standards against which to correlate data, Jim. These people are humanoid, certainly. But it would be a dangerous mistake to assume specific details of treatment would be the same. I can even use this workspace to concoct medicine if I've got the stuff to work with.
Okay. So...
This seems to be anonymous. This seems to be...
Use the food. Beat the table.
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency.
Fine. So... what about the thing the food comes out of?
A mechanized food delivery and recycling system.
Tricorder?
This mechanized food delivery and recycling system is similar to the Enterprise's system. One significant difference is that it includes a scanning feature on the person making the request for food. I also note that the machinery accepts used dishes and reusable materials for recycling, since this ship is a narrowly enclosed system. Captain, of the various mental conditions we have seen among the inhabitants of this ship, most, although not all, have been non-violent. Dr. McCoy may need to examine this data further, but I believe through the food dispenser, the individuals aboard this ship are regularly medicated, often tranquilized.
So it matters who makes the request. So for Spock, it just did the regular stuff. What if I have someone else?
I don't think another one would be very useful.
Fine. Maybe they want some food.
You will understand my aid checks what you're offering me.
Yeah.
Don't eat that, Captain Clark.
Fine.
Just as I would expect of the Federation scum. They're trying to drug you into insensibility.
Yes, the Federation scum. I'm totally not just showing it to him. What if I just give it to the other guy?
He quickly scans the box, then refuses it, his lip curling in disdain.
I do not wish to share food with humans or Vulcans. Especially that food.
Okay. The floor looks very shiny here. So... Not supposed to give the plant this food, I'm guessing. No. I mean, what if we just use the medkit on the machine? You can go to bed now because you've had a shower and lunch. I mean, sounds like a productive day.
This isn't a medical matter, Jim.
Yes, the medical station is not a medical matter. Do you want some building blocks?
These look like Jakesy's blocks.
Okay. So Jakesy is the one we gave the stuffed bear to, right? Or... wait, what was her son's names again?
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you? Are you feeling all right, ma'am?
I'm a bad mother. I tried to do right.
Who died? What?
I did it. I'm a bad person. Killed all the plants.
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your... Why do you think you were the one who... A mother's job...
Little Stan Bob.
Stan Bob, that's the name. Okay. No, it did not extract the drugs from the food, as far as I know. It said it couldn't.
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency.
So, yeah, can't extract them, at least not that easily. We use the food box back on the food machine thing.
Jim, I don't think that would be a good idea. It will just get reprocessed into another meal.
Ah. Okay. Anything we want to reprocess into another meal? The blocks?
A light scans
Okay.
the blocks, and after a protracted pause, a mechanical arm pushes them onto the floor where you retrieve them.
Okay, so this machine might be a cat.
The ceiling looks interesting.
I mean, maybe we fix the blockage by shooting it.
I recommend against illogical actions, Captain.
I mean, sure, he calls them illogical, but I call them unexpected.
I do not think this accomplishes...
So, how about we use the medical tricorder on this station?
No life form registration. Health reading 0.
Okay. How about we scan the Klingons? Sure, they don't mind.
Readings are normal, but before you get more than a moment's worth of readings, the Klingon captain notices and snarls.
At ease, Doctor. We don't want to start an incident here.
Okay.
The ceiling looks interesting.
Yes, the ceiling looks in. Stop it, Kirk. Such an interesting ceiling.
Inadequate nutrients.
I
A
can't.
single feeder hose inserts itself into the container. Nothing flows out, however.
Can't fix it like that. And Spock said we need Scotty for this.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
But you said there was unusual stuff about it.
A combination workspace and computer console, Captain, with robotic leads on the visible hookups. The data terminal appears to serve as data storage.
Yeah.
And analysis of...
So, how are we supposed to fix that? If it takes that level of skill, I don't think that's gonna work. Do we pick it up again?
You take the metal keg.
Okay. Maybe I use that on the medical station?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
On the food station?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Do we add food
No, I don't think...
into it?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I
Check
don't
to
think
her.
that's necessary.
So how are we supposed to fix that? Maybe we can try and repair the computer now?
On the work console. Proceed with your work. This
So, communicator now?
Nothing to report, Captain.
What if we put the food on there?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
The blocks? Okay.
inert organics, including phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium compounds. In this form, impractical to use as fertilizing nutrients.
Oh. Okay. So...
Do you have some intention in mind when doing this, or is it just a random play with the blocks type of thing?
So how do I turn those blocks into fertilizer?
Blocks are an unusual organic substance high in compounds of phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium. In this form, the chemicals are inert and make a practical non-toxic toy.
So could we dissolve them somehow?
Captain, stop for a moment. I think there must be some better method to this. Perhaps we ought to place the blocks inside the container first, so the volatile...
Ah, so I put the container down, and then use the blocks on it.
Inadequate nutrient.
A single...
Meanwhile, we could just get Scotty here to fix the machine, but no, we...
Your juggling skills aren't that
There.
The blocks fit through the opening, splashing as they plunge into the liquid.
Okay, now we use the...
I do not believe the stun setting is powerful enough.
Fine. But didn't the kill setting also evaporate everything that was previously in there? Everything's fixed by a phaser.
The container heats up slowly and the sound of bubbling echoes from inside. You stop and the container quickly cools.
I think that did it, Captain.
Okay. That was the strangest solution yet, I think.
This container of nutrient broth is ready for use.
Okay. So if we put that on the plant...
You take the metal keg.
Hopefully that's gonna work.
You settle the container back into the niche it was removed from. The feeder hose, looking shiny and clean, rides out on some mechanism and reattaches to the newly filled container. You hear gurgling and see the nutrient broth begin swirling through the liquid medium. The dying plants seem to perk up before your very eyes.
Neat.
These plants look green. These plants look...
Fine, so all the plants are healthy again. So now we talk to the lady. Yes?
Hi there, I'm Captain James. Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you...
I'm a bad mother. I tried to...
Who died? What died?
I did it.
A mother's job can be... Why do you think you were the one who killed the plants? A mother's job. Why do you think you were the one who killed the plants? Have you even looked in on them recently? What if someone showed you that you were wrong?
I'm eating what the phase makes for me, so I'm just resting. I'm tired, and I really don't feel like doing anything. I'd be so happy to know my boy could have safe food again. It's better for him than what the phase provides, I think. But I killed the plants. They're dead, and I can't make them better.
The woman's eyes...
Okay, so we need to use the plants to make food for her. To get her to be willing to do stuff again. I think.
Jim, we don't have time for that now.
Tricorder.
This chlorophyll-based plant species has the capacity to produce edible fruits, which may offer significant nutrient value. These would be safe for human consumption, or Vulcan for that matter.
Okay.
Things are definitely on the upswing now. These plants should be productive and healthy from now on.
So, how do I do anything with the
plants
plants?
are putting out such lush new growth it makes me want to take up gardening.
Great.
Healthy plants, Captain. The growth is quite vigorous now that its nutrient needs have been adequately met.
Those teeny tiny flies, smaller than fruit flies, they are coming after me today. I have no clue why. So, what am I supposed to do with this plant now?
The nutrient additive is making these fruit-bearing plants grow at an astonishing rate.
The nutrient deficiency has already been corrected. There is no need to remove the container.
The species still seems a bit strange, but you expect that. Nevertheless, even as a youngster back in Iowa, you knew when a plant could make a healthy comeback, and these certainly are doing so.
So how do I get fruits from it?
Welcome back. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, much better.
Hello there, Kirk. Welcome, all of you. You're not feeling well, are you?
I'm feeling fine. Let's drop the subject. I want some information from you, Phase.
Let's go.
You feel that information will be helpful to you? Then of course I want to help. What would you like information about?
The most important thing is for me to find out how to stop you from landing on the colony on Atibus. What are you? What are you doing here? Tell me about your history, and I'm sure that will be helpful. The most important thing, what are you?
Let's go for this.
What are you doing here?
The builders installed the Parallels Library to help with questions such as yours. But I'm afraid Tuscan came in when he wasn't feeling well. He seems to have damaged the library. We are attempting to repair it. This ship, the Compassion, was created by the builders to carry the folk like you, the damaged ones, asleep. We were the very best intelligence the builders could install. Although now that a few generations have passed, I'm certain I will find ourselves an ancient relic. The entire purpose was that, given time, the builders would find cures, solutions to the kinds of difficulties you and the others here experience. After we land, they will make you feel good. Better even than when you've eaten well and are happy.
Sleeper ship, Captain. The builders loaded up all the undesirables and shipped them off planet. So why is everyone here awake?
Not undesirable. No, Dr. McCoy, you are beloved of the builders and of us. Why else would I be programmed to keep you safe, wake you before landing, and we all return to Shambram to be welcomed by your great-grandchildren?
Captain, if I may, 2 questions, Phase. How long ago did you wake us up? And how much time has passed since this ship was launched by the builders?
You were awakened shortly before we were to land. We were launched 99 eons ago.
Can you translate that into the half-life of some radioactive isotope for me?
Half the isotope of Silicon-32 has decayed away since our voyage together began.
Captain, the Phase is saying it has only been in space approximately 280 Earth years.
Only.
Atibus does have ruins, the most recent of which are in excess of 1,000 years old, but no sentient life. Otherwise, it would have been unsuitable for Federation colonization. Moreover, the readings I took while still aboard the Enterprise indicated this ship had probably been in space more like 1,600 years.
Can you translate that into the half-life of some radioactive isotope for us, Mr. Spock?
By my instrumentation, Radium-226 has half decayed into Radon-222 in the time you have been in space, Phase.
You are mistaken. What instruments could you have possibly been using without my knowledge, Mr. Spock? The external monitors are inaccessible to the folk on board, as
possible you're not thinking or not feeling well?
Let's go for that.
I am fine, Captain Kirk.
Sure.
Is there something that makes you believe that we are not thinking or not feeling well?
No, I don't think that. I just as soon stop talking about it. You're in charge of a starship that's declaring the intent to land on top of innocent colonists. Do you want me to blow up this ship? No, I don't think that. You're in charge of a starship
we'll go
that's
for that.
declaring the intent to land on top of innocent colonists. Do you want me to blow up this ship?
Do you have a great deal of anger to express, Captain Kirk? Some of us do. Even we do sometimes. I can't go to the playroom, but you can, you know. Work off some of your anger and frustration. Wouldn't you like that?
What do you need to learn? How can I make you understand there are sentients who will die if you land at Adipus?
That's a clever question, Captain Kirk. You're not well, yet you want me to tell you how to trick us. However, you cannot access my external monitors. So in any event, you cannot trick us into thinking something exists, which does not. If the planet we are approaching had homes where I know a starship landing field exists, I certainly would not land. However, the builders would not be so foolish. They knew we would return. And when? You don't understand. That's to be expected. The damaged ones have difficulty understanding sometimes. Just know that we love you and will care for you until the builders can ease the confusion in your minds. Wouldn't you like that?
Phase, are you aware that we are not even from there? That we are from another ship, a different planet altogether? That Mr. Spock here isn't even the same race as the other three of us? No, I don't think that. I just as soon stop. Phase,
yeah, let's go for that.
Is there something more you'd like to talk about? Or do you want to get some rest? Wouldn't you like to be better rested and feeling better?
No, I don't think that. I just as space, scan me. Scan the others here with me. Scan the people elsewhere on the ship. Are we even the same race?
You aren't well, that's true. Recognizing that you're not well is the first step toward getting the help you need, Captain Kirk. I will help you if you like, although first you should get some food and some rest. Do you think you'd like that?
No, I don't think that. I just as soon stop talking about it.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now, I'm very busy. You can come back to talk to us again another time.
Okay. So, can we have Spock talk to it?
We appreciate your desire to become one with me.
Oh.
But it is impossible. Despite what you may think, this is no short route to Godhead.
Can we go for this lady?
Are you suggesting I attempt a Vulcan mind meld, Captain?
Sure, why not?
It does seem an appropriate effort in this circumstance.
It will take me a moment to prepare myself. Doctor, please monitor her life signs. The procedure does entail some risk.
Not only to her, but to you too. Am I right?
I assure you, Doctor, I will retain sufficient distance to avoid being dragged into something from which I cannot withdraw.
Go ahead now, Spock.
I am Puzzlewit. I am the one who reads it all. I do not understand. I try. I read it all. So many ideas. Always jumbled, though. Cannot make sense of. Puzzlewit wants to know. Hope to discover why why I cannot. I try to remember it all. Then Tusken comes in. He destroys me. My hopes, all broken, all shattered. Ow.
Jesus. Doctor?
No physical injuries, Captain. Not to him or to her.
Tuscan's scared of me. Scared. For no reason. He thinks I know. I know, but I don't know. I don't understand. Nothing connects to anything else. I want to know it all. Hope then I'll understand. He thinks I'll hurt him. I don't hurt anybody. I just want to know more. Now I only know what I know. Never know what Puzzlewit doesn't know anymore.
What's going on here, Kirk?
We are trying to help this woman, Captain Clark. Be quiet, or you'll put her and my science officer both at considerable risk.
He's trying to make a mental slave of the alien, Captain. She could tell him the secrets of this ship, of its transit through the Klingon Empire. Stop him.
We'll listen in a moment. I wouldn't have a representative of the Federation damaged or rendering assistance.
Puzzlewit remembers. Everything she reads. Subject. Screen laminates. Reflective. Subject to autotrophic bonding with molybdenized nitrous oxides in the presence of cyanodephosphortrihydrous gases. Subject. Wiring systems. Auxiliary to cryptolog.
Does Puzzlewit remember this ship passing through Klingon space, perhaps?
All the paralenses were copied prior to liftoff. No new encryption was permitted. We could only read, not write to them.
That stellar ejector, Captain. Why would a computer terminal permit read-only interface, I ask you?
The builders didn't trust us. Didn't think we would be capable. We were damaged. Now, the reader is damaged. It's broken like Puzzlewit. Like us all. Like Tuscan. The paralens can't be replaced. The reader can't be fixed. Puzzlewit can't be fixed. Nothing to read now. Nothing new to learn, to remember. Stupid. Like Tuscan now.
This whole thing is stupid, if you ask me.
Well, nobody asked you.
Anything but stupid, in fact. Captain Kirk, the library this woman read has been recorded entirely in her mind, although she lacks the ability to understand it or even to recall it in an orderly manner. She believed if she could fill up her mind, acquire enough knowledge, understanding would come. Now her personality is withdrawing, refusing to accept the loss of everything she has not yet been able to read. She pinned all her hopes on this, and without it, she may lose the will to live.
Do you know everything she knows now?
No, Captain Clark, I do not. This race has very unusual mind patterns, and I am fortunate she was in as passive a state as she is mentally. It is very likely I would have been hurt were she less withdrawn to begin with. Moreover, the knowledge she does possess is a very peculiar admixture, reflecting this society's uneven level of advancement. Archaisms and startling breakthroughs coexist.
So there is much to be learned from this woman, and from this ship.
Knowledge the Federation would gladly share with friends, Captain Clark.
Let nothing happen to this alien woman, Captain. If she should die, I would take it as an indication that you would sooner let her perish than share her special knowledge with the Klingon Empire.
Captain Clark, if I took her aboard the Enterprise, I might be able to help her.
I would have expected such treachery from the likes of you. You'll start an interstellar incident like this.
I thought some of the folks on board this ship were paranoids.
Gentlemen. Captain Clark, we don't want this woman to die any more than you do. Not because we want to milk her brain dry, but because she's an important being in her own right. Just as important to the universe as, well, as your companion here. Maybe more so. Dr. McCoy will do what he can. That's all that can be expected.
That's all I would expect. Goodbye for now, Captain. Expect to see us again.
Okay. So, time to try and help her, I guess?
She appears to be cataleptic.
Can you do anything for her, Bones?
On the ship, maybe.
Yeah, so... do we beam them up now? I guess so?
Nothing to report, Captain.
No, we don't. Okay. He can't use the tricorder, right?
It's not organic, Jim.
Yes, the tricorder... no, communicator, I mean. Communicator is not organic. Well spotted. Yeah. So, can we use the medkit?
I'm sorry, Jim, but I'm not willing to experiment with the drugs I'm carrying to see what might or might not work, especially given her condition. I'm afraid I'd be as likely to kill her as affect any positive change.
Okay. I'm guessing we can't do anything else.
Are you suggesting I attempt a Vulcan mind meld, Captain?
It does seem an appropriate effort.
I have misgivings about this, Captain. Her mind was in retreat when last this was attempted. I believe it would cause terminal collapse.
Not right now, Spock. We have other things to attend to. Spock, I am giving you an order. Not right now, Spock. We have other things to attend to.
Yeah, other things, definitely. It sounds like that's one way to, like, possibly start war with the Klingons.
Save new game. Delete previous game.
So...
Save new game.
There. So... don't know how we're going to treat her. Oh, the fruits. Yes. Let's take them.
The red fruit comes free easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there.
It's our fruit now. Don't touch our fruit. Okay. So if I give her the fruit...
You got the plans to give fruit again, and I'd given up. Oh, I'm so happy. But I don't want to eat this. My son loves fruit, can't get enough, and I want him to have this. Please take it to him. He should be playing in the sleeping hall. I've warned him about not talking to strangers, but it's all right if you do so. You can tell him I said it was okay.
Okay. It's nice how the Klingons always show up with their sound cue. Gotta make it more dramatic. Even though we're cooperating with them. So... here you go. Fruit. Apparently.
This is for me? Wow, thank you. Mom would really be happy. She has been so sad about not being able to give me what I like to eat. Even though I told her it was okay, she was really, really sad. Now she'll be really happy. Thank you.
Okay. Neat. So now we go back to her and talk to her again, I think. Because he said she'd be happy, so... yeah, I'll talk to her. And then I might go back and talk to the son again. Just seemed like it would be the right thing to do to talk to her first now. Okay.
I have to thank you again for what you did for my son. I was feeling so depressed because I couldn't give him the fruit I know is better for him than what the Fays make in the machinery. I don't trust the machinery food, and that's why I tended the garden, made fresh food. Even Tusken will eat food I give to him, but he doesn't trust anyone. If you ever need help, just show me what you want to give him.
Okay. Oh.
The youngster Stambob comes to the doorway.
Mom, these nice people got me some fruit. It's fresh and everything, so you don't need to be sad anymore.
Son, I'm so glad. It means the plants are healthy again, and you won't have to eat food I'm not sure is good for you. Thank you, strangers.
I'm going back to my room, Mom, but I wanted you to know.
Right?
Tusken will only accept food from you. You said you'd help us after we helped you. Will you give this to Tusken?
Normal tranquilizer levels don't have a normal effect on Tusken.
Fine.
They might make him mad, or almost anything. If there was a way to increase the dosage in one box of food, I'd deliver that for you. But this would be trouble.
Okay. So... how would we get it to give higher levels of tranquilizer? Do we shoot it?
Captain, that action is irrational.
Yeah, but we're supposed to seem aggressive towards it.
Captain, I don't think another one would be very useful.
Jim, I don't think that would be a good idea. It will just get reprocessed into another meal.
This one can't extract it.
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency.
Captain, I don't think...
Yes, Ahura. We're trying to interact with the machine.
This mechanized food delivery and recycling system is similar to the Enterprise's system.
It doesn't say anything about the meds.
I'm just a simple cunt.
Yeah.
I'm just a...
So... how would we change anything about that?
A mechanized food delivery.
Because I don't think we can seem more aggressive. Maybe if we give it fruit to recycle, maybe that'll do something.
The red fruit comes free easily.
Can we analyze it?
Farragon fruit, ripe.
Okay. Because, I mean, maybe the fruit does something specific that we could possibly use.
A light scans the fruit and the computer screen lights up.
Ripe Faragoa fruit has minor healing properties when ingested. It is a high-quality nutrient source. When the fruit decays, under enclosed conditions, it may produce tranquilizing alkaloids. Although these are often accompanied by emetic and purgative-producing compounds. Are you seeking relief for yourself or for another?
For myself. For another.
Okay.
If the person you wish to treat is suffering from A, malnutrition, or B, minor physical damage, then give them this fruit to eat for improvement of their condition. There is no need to process the chemicals in the fruit to achieve this effect. If the person is not damaged in this fashion, but merely hungry, this is a food most individuals would find agreeable.
So, how would we have it decay under those conditions? Do we put it in the recycling machine?
A light scans the fruit and it all disappears into the depths of the machine for processing into a food box meal.
Okay.
A reprocessed...
I'm guessing if Spock uses...
I do not see the logic in that action.
It's so crowded now. Get out of the way, everyone.
I do not see the logic in that action.
Captain, I don't think another...
Okay. So we just get more fruit. So...
The red fruit...
How could we make it decay? Maybe the sleeper pods? It's set under an enclosed atmosphere, I think. Or something like that. Let's check again.
A light scans the fruit and...
Ripe Faragoa fruit has minor healing properties when ingested.
Yeah, enclosed conditions.
It is a high-quality nutrient source. When the fruit decays, are you seeking...
For myself.
Eat the fruit if you would improve on your current physical impairments. This will not correct other anomalies in your overall condition, but the scrapes, bruises, and pain you presently experience should be alleviated.
Other anomalies? What is it talking about, Doctor?
The fact that our physical standards are not the same as the standards for the people aboard this ship. We're aliens to it, after all, and it thinks that means we're sick.
So...
These are at peak ripeness. They should be delicious.
Let's continue scanning it.
Unprocessed organic produce of high nutrient value to most humanoid races.
Oh, I guess... Wow. The tranquilizing qualities under enclosed conditions. They're just talking about fermentation. We're just supposed to turn it into alcohol. That took me a while to figure out. So, how are we going to turn this fruit into alcohol? How we rest it.
This doesn't seem like a really great idea, just leaving squishable food lying around on someone's bed.
Okay. Didn't expect a unique voice line for that.
A narrow bed, a bit mussed up. It looks as much like... A youngster is sitting alone, quietly playing.
So I guess we talk to him now?
Hi there, remember me?
Uh-huh. I remember. You wanted to ask me about something.
Tell me about Tusken and his friends.
Tusken and his friends aren't nice to me. They're nice to my mom because they trust her, though. She's the only one that brings them food. Sometimes she brings me safe food, too, but she hasn't lately. I get pretty hungry because the safe food I put away in a secret place isn't any good anymore.
Tell me about Tusken and his friend. Tell me about the playroom. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about the food. I think that's all for now, Stan, but tell me about the food.
The food out of the machines can make me feel really sleepy and not very good. Mom says it's because of the stuff they put in the food. Tuscan says it's poison and won't take any food from anyone but my mom. I put some good food away in a secret place, but the food doesn't look so good anymore. Do you want to see?
Yes.
Sure, why don't you show us?
The youngster opens a hidden cabinet near him, and a sour smell like rotting fruit flows from the opening.
See, it went bad.
Can we pick it up?
It's slippery, sloppy, stinky, and goopy, but you collect what's there into a large specimen bag.
Neat. So we've got some fruit sludge. Time to turn that into tranquilizer. And then put that in the food. Well, it is already tranquilizer, kind of. So, there. It looks more moldy than...
A light scans the reeking
whatever.
glob, and the computer screen lights up.
The alkaloids present in this organic mass can be reduced to a high-potency tranquilizer. The undesirable emetics and purgatives can be eliminated. The resultant drug should be mixed with prepared food and eaten to produce a soporific effect. Do you wish to prepare the specified tranquilizer from this mix?
No, Skip it, we'll just... Yes, continue. No, Skip it, we'll just put this away and go on to something else.
Yeah.
Yes, continue. No, yes,
obviously.
continue.
Done. The drug is prepared. Bring over the food you wish dosed with the drug, and the tranquilizer will be added.
Okay.
A light scans the food box, and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency. The high-potency dosage of alkaloid tranquilizer you have prepared may be added now, if you wish.
Go ahead. No, I don't think we need it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We'll do that. And do we have the box? Right. Is that the same food box?
A pre-packaged meal which has been dosed with tranquilizing alkaloids.
So it just looks different now for some reason.
Tuscan will only accept food from you. You said you'd help us after we helped you. Will you give this to Tuscan? It's heavily medicated, but that might help Dr. McCoy here to do something so he's better off.
I'll take this to Tuscan now because I trust you. Go back to him and show him your food. He'll call for me, and I'll give him this instead. He'll be a good boy.
Okay. So now we need another box of food.
The machine whirs, lights blink, and a pre-packaged container of food is deposited on the tray.
Okay. I mean, that should do it.
The box of prepared food is light and compact.
But it's a fairly intricate mission, actually. So many people to help in completely separate ways. But I mean, maybe we're just supposed to help some of them, and that might make it so that we can just deal with the underlying issues, which might help the other ones. We'll see.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back. We really don't.
Yes. So we're supposed to give this box.
See here, Captain Clark.
Yes, yes.
I am hungry. So hungry. It looks like good, wholesome. Maul? Where's Maul? I don't take nothing from nobody. Nobody except her. You Do something to it. Make me different. Then rewire my head.
There she is.
Call for me, Tuscan? I thought you might be hungry, so I brought you something you can safely eat. You know you can trust me, Tuscan.
Yeah, I know I can. And I am hungry. Didn't want to eat something I couldn't be sure of, though. Give me that.
Okay.
I want to take a nap. Mom, you watch out for me, okay?
Yep, nap time. Okay. Can we talk to the other ones now?
I'm more interested in a...
I listened to my brother Rackaback. Well, Tuscan's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Actually.
Be careful, brother. Remember that Tuscan warned us people might seem nice, but not really be nice.
I don't know what would happen, actually. After all, I can't read the future.
Can we talk to her now?
I am feeling a little down, Captain Kirk. But don't bother about me, I'll be alright.
So, do we offer more food?
Yeah, that looks good. And I'm hungry. But Tuscan always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say was okay. And I'd rather fight you anyway. That's even more fun than eating.
Do we give her the
Thanks,
food?
but I think I'll rest and eat something better for me a little bit later. Oh, gladly. I'll take some of this. You've been so good to my young son, and now this extra besides.
Pointless kindliness. I didn't expect it of you, Captain Kirk. I thought you only did something with some payoff in it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks good.
So what do we do with the aggressive guy? I mean, if we come back...
You wanna fight? Okay with me. I'll hurt you, so you'll be smart if you just stay back.
My brother's always the tougher one, and I do like he thinks. Still, I don't want to hurt you. I'd rather not see anybody get hurt.
Okay. So they're still just as aggressive,
Observers.
even though the guy isn't asking them to be. So...
Rackaback seems like he could be a big problem for us, Jim. He's obviously prone to violence, and there may be no gentle way to deal with him. He's clearly unreasonable.
So, no gentle way to deal with them, which means either Spock or maybe Phaser set to stun?
His strength appears to be very impressive, Captain. I do not think I could win in a hand-to-hand struggle.
Okay, so Phaser set to stun. Phaser set to stun.
Rackaback falls, defenseless against the power of the phaser.
An inelegant solution, Captain Kirk, but efficient.
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tuscan. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tuscan's afraid. Well, Tuscan's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Actually, I'm sure things would change. It might be a change for the better, maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure what to think of you. I just don't know if I should trust you.
Well, Gormagon, I think you should trust them. They've repaired the garden, which is good for all of us. They gave fresh fruit to my boy Stan Bob, when even his own mother couldn't manage that.
Well, despite some misgivings I had, I'll accept what others have said about you. I think I should show you the way into the heart of the Phase. The secret entry that Tusken is so afraid of. I feel that something good can come of this.
Yes, do show us the secret entrance. Nice walk. Wait, wasn't he leaning against that? Okay, so maybe we should scan the guy who's collapsed?
Like so many others aboard this ship, he's the victim of developmental genetic damage. A chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems. Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage.
He said he was confident to treat him medically.
I don't want to hurt you, but I won't let you.
Yes.
I don't think this is a smart...
Fine. So... I think we'll save again.
Cancel. Delete previous.
There.
Save new game.
Okay. Let's go. I wonder if there was a better solution, because the Klingon did say it was an inelegant solution, but that might just be him being snarky. But this game has a lot of good and bad solutions for things, so... you never know. Spock, use the computer terminal.
This is not a life form, Captain, but it does register with biomagnetics and considerable electrical complexity. This is the heart of a functioning, artificially intelligent construct.
Okay.
I do not believe I can directly interface with that, Captain. I do not believe... This bubble exhibits no interesting features, Captain.
Can you interface with the control panel thing? Probably not.
This is not a life form, Captain.
The thing below it?
Based on information I acquired from my interaction with Puzzlewit, we need a connector and some wire to repair this, Captain.
So, connector and some wire. Oh. We've got wire. And a connector?
The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled. I think we should start off with the connector from the light bar in order to complete these repairs, Captain.
Connector from the light bar. What's the light bar? Oh, this thing.
This seems like a nearly workable idea, but the light bar is presenting some problems.
If you'll bring that over to me, I might have a better suggestion if I took a closer look at it.
Sure. There you go. So we took them out of that thing.
I worked with things like these when I was younger. Given our surroundings, see if you don't find this more useful.
Okay.
Allow me, Captain. Let me do that. The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled. I think you will find it fits just here.
Okay.
Lieutenant Uhura, if you will bring over that length of wire while I hold this in place, I believe we can get this repaired speedily.
Certainly, Mr. Spock. With that in place, I can see that it will easily fit. Here.
Yes, here. I can see that from all the way back here.
The final connection is made, and Uhura smiles widely.
That's it! That fixes the broken connection.
Neat. So now the library thing should work again?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am now once again whole, and no longer an intelligence divided against myself. The system you repaired will re-enable me to analyze and update received data from external and internal sensor systems, altering conceptual constructs of previously acquired data. These systems appear to have been malfunctioning for some time.
Yeah.
Although it will take additional review to clarify all conditions. Much may have been lost permanently.
Jim, do you notice? The phase isn't switching between I and we like it did in the oratory. And the voice is a single note, not a harmonic chord of blended voices.
And it hasn't suggested we go get something to eat either.
I am chagrined that my disabilities have endangered my mission. The compassion was launched with the best of intentions. If I can answer anyone's questions, I will endeavor to do so.
Captain Kirk, you don't mind if I ask a question, do you?
You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Other things come first. Be my guest, Captain. Ask away.
Sure, let's ask him. Let's have him ask first.
That you give me first place to speak is a mark of honor, Captain Kirk, and does not pass unnoticed, particularly in light of the urgency of your own questions. Hayes, this ship passed through the heart of Klingon space. We were not even aware of it until it was nearly out of our territory. We backtracked it and found it must have closely approached places we find sensitive. We expect assurances that data you may have collected there will not reach the hands of those who mean us harm.
We seek proof. We expect you to download your entire memory into our ship's computers, that we may search it for data you have no right to.
Thereby would you not acquire data to which you have no right?
My aide speaks too strongly. While it is true we are interested in the knowledge and technology you possess, technology to pass through our empire undetected, knowledge of how to twist space back upon itself. For that data, we will treat with you as one civilized people with another. But it is a justified request that we ask you to destroy all data dealing with anything you learn within our borders.
Had I any data, I would agree to seal it. However, as you should have deduced, I have none. Until my sensory systems were repaired, my ability to receive and process data was severely impaired, especially in regard to external data updates. Based on my present reanalysis of nearby space, I would speculate that my only data on your present sphere of influence would be as that area of space existed a very long time ago indeed.
That is information for us to know, not you. Erase it.
Silence! Hayes, we would welcome access to that information, but on the same basis as we would bargain with you for technological data. We have more to offer with you, I believe, than the Federation represented by these others.
Phase, do not be hasty making that decision.
I lack sufficient data to make any assessment. I can give no answer at this time.
The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atopus, which would certainly kill thousands of our people. Now that your external senses are functional, have you altered your plans about where you intend to put the ship down?
Okay. So that's choice number one.
How did your systems become damaged?
I'm curious about what your builders really had in mind, shipping off all these people off-planet. There seems to have been some shadier agenda. The eugenics wars of our own past produced some of the ugliest abuses in human history. And notorious characters like Khan Noonien Singh, whose name still resounds with infamy. How is this ship you call the Compassion justified?
Okay.
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication, but much of it goes beyond even what we are capable of accomplishing today. For example, the Paralance medium for recording computer data is something we are only now beginning to explore. I think there's much to be learned from these people.
Yeah, that.
I'm curious
Yeah.
about.
I'd be interested.
Captain Kirk, huh?
That's all for now, Faze. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions. The primary reason we came aboard was
Let's
to
go
find
for
a way to
this one.
stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atopus, which would certainly kill thousands of our people. Now that your external sensors are functional, have you altered your plans about where you intend to put the ship down?
No, Captain Kirk. I will certainly not set the Compassion down in a populated area, now that I can see it is there. I am at present in communication with the planetary authorities, and they are directing me to a stationary orbit until further arrangements can be made for my wards. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atopus colony? How did your systems become damaged?
Sure, let's go for this one.
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is explicable, but I will search my memory for an answer for you. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still... Please clarify the anomalies we have perceived while being on board.
Sure.
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is Then are there other questions?
Is the ship... Please clarify...
I'm curious about what your builders really
Let's
had
go
in
for this
mind
one.
shipping off all these people off planet.
I have no information about your eugenics wars, but a fundamental social philosophy of the builders was that civilized people of goodwill would tolerate and value variability as a sign of cultural and social health. That a civilization will be judged by its tolerance of disparate ideas, by how it treats those who cannot protect themselves, be they very young, very old, or otherwise challenged, by the measure of altruism extended to those less powerful, even when rightfully in possession of something desired.
A central aspect of Vulcan philosophy is embodied in the Idic. Infinite diversity in infinite combinations. It would seem the builders pursued similar high ideals.
High ideals, perhaps, but that does not explain why these people are in space phase.
More than this I cannot explain. However, you can locate additional library data under the heading Compassion. Oh, I haven't made it available. I should have done that immediately. I can't imagine why I didn't think of it.
Okay. Wait.
Fascinating, Captain. That instance of forgetfulness makes it possible to speculate that the phase is not wholly restored after all.
Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to... Please clarify...
I'd still like to know a little more about why the...
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication, but much of it goes beyond even what we are capable of accomplishing today. For example, the Paralance medium for recording computer data is something we are only now beginning to explore. I think there's much to be learned from these people.
My best recommendation is to examine the library records under Builders or Technology. There is more data than I can easily explain. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atopus colony?
So, Compassion, Builders, and Technology. I don't know if we'll have to write these down, or if we'll have to input them manually. So, writing them down on a piece of paper.
I would still like to learn more about these people.
Wait. That's not Kirk.
I'd still like to know.
I would still like to learn more about these people.
So Uhura's getting mixed in as well.
That's all for now, Faze. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions.
I will do my best, Captain. Although intelligent entities often find that there are more questions than answers.
Okay. So let's have Spock try and interact with this thing.
This crystal construct has an unusual light scattering property.
Okay. Can we pick it up?
The crystalline lens feels cool and surprisingly heavy, with smoothly polished edges.
Okay. So what do we do with that? And what's this thing? Did we get a random book?
The ship's ambient temperature makes the blanket a little
Oh,
too...
it's a blanket. Okay. How did we get a blanket? Tricorder on itself.
Nothing unusual.
There.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Nothing unusual about it, really.
Nothing unusual.
What is it there? And yes, he was just walking up to it, going, oh, looks nice.
This seems pointless.
Okay, I can't even look at it. What is that thing?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah, it's not unusual.
The lens slips easily into the terminal's reading port and the screen activates.
Compassion.
There we go.
Diagi, decision. Shambrum, philosophy. Builders, technology. Exit, database. Compassion.
Fine. So, now we get to hear about everything.
The name of a Cetic class starship. The name signified the compassion for the travelers, all of whom were diagnosed with life quality inhibiting disorders of class 3 or higher. After a full generation of debate on ethics, a consensus opinion was reached, the so-called Diagi decision. Final planned destination of the compassion was a return to Shambrum in 4 generations.
Now, just 1 minute, FaZe. Are you listening? You keep saying you can't remember or you lack data or what have you. Even the library data seems vague, incomplete, and contradictory. If you don't know, then who does?
Forgive the pause. I had to think long and hard to discover if you had correctly passed this final test.
Oh.
You correctly identify the heart of the matter. Let me introduce you to my builders.
Uh-oh.
This is madness! FaZe, what is this?
Despite our misgivings, you have shown yourselves to be the representatives of spacefaring peoples we, the Brassica, would most trust to make first contact with. The contest has been in progress for some time, situations in which your true colors have been explored. The invitation has been made. You may return to your ship if you prefer, or you may step through whenever you are ready. Then, the final round begins.
I think you have it right, Captain Clar. This is madness, Jim.
I think, Bones, it's Shakespeare who had it right. Though this be madness, yet there is a method in it.
I agree with the sentiment, Captain Kirk. There is something more going on here, far deeper than first appearances have suggested. I imagine you will accept the invitation. I will certainly choose to go, whether you do or not. I believe the invitation is extended to all.
I will not permit that, Captain Clar. I will take all methods to prevent you. I will not go. It is certainly a Federation trick.
You begin to sound like Tusken in the other room. Get a grip of yourself and act like an officer.
Indeed.
Save new game. Delete previous. Save new game.
Save. And let's go.
Clar, I will not let you depart. These human scum have tricked you. If I have to beat up all of you, I will. You, Vulcan, you understand orders. Help me knock out my mad captain, and I will take him away and out of your hair.
What? Ah.
Startled,
Fixed
the
him.
Klingon's eyes glaze even as he glares furiously, struggling to remain conscious.
Captain, I told you they couldn't be trusted.
I'll send you back aboard, Raul. But unless the humans betray me, I have to pass through that portal to explore what lies beyond.
Neat. You're welcome.
I am determined to go explore. There may be dangers, but I accepted that challenge the first day I decided to make my life in space.
Okay, let's go then.
Mr. Scott, they've disappeared off the sensors.
What do you mean, laddie?
They've just vanished.
Was that just the end of the... What? Okay.
Captain's log, stardate
Fine.
6269.3. The landing party and the Klingon Captain Klar have passed through a portal in time and space. We're about to face tests by the Brassica. Success will mean formal relations. Failure will mean... unknown.
Welcome. We applaud your willingness to confront the unknown.
Please tell us what's going on. Where are we?
Patience. I cannot answer all yet. Those elements of our society still ill at ease with your cultures have more questions.
We've had enough. No more foolish tests. More tests. Let's just get on with it. I'd like to hear what the others think. We've had enough. No more foolish. I'd like to hear what the others think.
Let's talk to the others.
I will withdraw until you address me again.
Okay.
I am grateful you included me, Captain. Representing the Klingon Empire, I believe we must not be cowed. Passivity may be regarded as undesirable to them.
Captain, even though isolated, the Brassica are quite advanced. It's certain their insights will be unusual and enlightening. The logical course is to establish a dialogue.
The Brassica are calling the tune and expecting us to dance, Captain. It might be undignified, but all of us can make valid, responsible choices and stand by the consequences.
Okay.
If I was meeting us, I'd be skittish too. We've gone this far, there's no sense in quitting now.
Okay.
Captain Kirk, I am here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Our mandate is to seek out new life, new civilizations. If we must do so, on your terms, we will. Explain yourself. We're not rats to run mazes. We welcome contact with a new race, but you try our patience. Our mandate is to seek out new life, new civilizations. If we must do so, on your terms, we will.
Listen. We have modified our legends by what we understand of your species. You will be asked a question and may discuss it. Only one person may answer. Begin.
Okay.
I make the first query. It is that question posed to the heroic companions we call the Gerent. Answer this. Who among you may go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life? You may talk. I will withdraw until you choose to speak with me. Remember, only one of you may reply.
I'm kind of curious if the title screen thing that was popping up in between, if that means that this is considered to be a separate episode or not. So... it is considered to be a separate episode. Okay. It's a two-parter. Okay. So, I think that would mean that this is the final episode? Right? Because, as far as I know, this game is supposed to be 8 episodes. So. But yeah, trying to finish the game today, so relevant in that regard. Alright, so... we're somewhere.
I may not be Vulcan, but I'm the logical choice. Who goes through more pains in pursuit of life than a doctor?
First, Kirk, I would hear you explain if you should be the one to answer. And why?
I'm sorry, Captain Klar, if I decide to present myself as the one to answer, and I'm considering it. I'll explain to the Brassican then and no sooner. Point taken. Very well. So that everyone has a chance to make their own case, I will explain what I consider to be the sensible choice. I'm sorry, Captain Klar, if I... Point
Let's
taken.
go for this
Very
one.
well. So that everyone has a chance to make their own case, I will explain what I consider to be the sensible choice. I'm a ship's captain. 430 lives depend on me, on my every decision. Our mission is, in part, to seek out new life, new civilizations, so it comes down to me.
Am I any different? Does not my crew live or die on my decisions? I explore space for the Klingon Empire.
A starship captain stands as representative of the United Federation of Planets. Many races whose goals and visions for the future are pursued together. Who shoulders the greater weight, Captain Clark?
No one has ever accused you of modesty, Kirk.
True.
See it as you will. You, surrounded by your fellow humans and officers, or me, the sole representative of my empire.
But very, very true. I don't think anyone has ever accused Kirk of being too modest.
The Brassican's question is not, properly speaking, a riddle. A riddle has a right and a wrong answer. This is more philosophical, with many possible answers.
Then how can we possibly answer correctly, Spock? Or can we?
One answer will seem more satisfactory than all others, Captain.
At least we can eliminate you, Spock, from this horse race. I don't see any right answer for you to be the person who would go to the greatest pain in the pursuit of life.
On the contrary, Doctor. Respect for all living things is fundamental to Vulcan philosophy. A rigorous adherence, unlike humans' variable justifications.
You aren't suggesting, Spock, that you're the right choice.
I believe I may be, Doctor. The Brassicans may agree.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I think you may be overlooking a fundamental difference between me and everyone else here. I am the only female, the only one capable of bringing forth new life. That qualifies me as the one among us who might go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life.
Jim, it's evident that each of us believes we're the right choice. I'm reasonably sure I'm the person they have in mind. But I can see everyone can make a case for themselves.
As indeed we have, Doctor.
I fail to see how further discussion will alter the situation. Either you must come to some decision, weighing the strength of individual opinions,
or I get some hints out of our green host.
Okay. So let's save again.
Save new game. Delete previous game.
I'll probably have to be a bit careful with it. I mean, worst case, we'll just get the bad ending anyway, so it'll be fine. I think our first save today was 43 or something. So, should be a while before we overwrite that one.
Save new game.
There. So...
We have our answer. Are you ready to hear it? We have questions to ask. We have our answer. We have questions to ask.
Questions.
Very well. Ask.
What consequences result from an incorrect answer?
Sure.
The overall test will likely continue, Captain. This is one phase, and we are examining the whole.
What if I were to declare that there's not one right answer, but many? We can't answer because we don't know enough about your species. Tell us about yourselves. If we understand more, we can answer. What if I were to declare that there's not one right answer, but many?
There is just one answer we would consider wholly correct, Captain Kirk.
Fine.
In reality, you expect us to answer two questions. What we think is right, and what you think is right.
Yes.
What consequences result from an incorrect answer?
Okay.
You are clearly a race who values fairness. Shouldn't we have more information? What consequences
He just didn't
result
respond
from
to
an
that.
incorrect answer?
Like, yes, it is the question of what do they think is correct and what do the aliens think is correct. So.
You are clearly a race who values fairness. Shouldn't we have more information before we try to answer?
Very well.
No. It was agreed they shouldn't be given special assistance.
Their complaint is valid. Different species think differently. A hint seems appropriate.
They must show the faculties to think through problems.
Well, Captain, are you positive you want a hint?
Yes, get on with it. No, don't bother. We'll give our answer now. Yes, get on with it.
mean, I have a save.
No, don't bother. We'll give our answer now. Yes, get on with it.
Let's try getting the hint. We can always go back if necessary.
Captain Kirk, among our species, quality is often valued over quantity. We laud the contribution of the individual, even potential contribution by one who is gifted, over the united actions of many.
You call that a hint?
Okay.
Let me think some more. Maybe that'll help one of my companions.
I couldn't begin to count the number of patients I've helped, Jim, and I've done my best. But I'd have to be pretty egotistical to be sure I'm the one with the right answer.
Okay.
Adherence to a certain philosophy is a personal quest, Captain. I believe that is more abstract than the Brassica seem to be seeking.
The answer seems clear to me, Kirk.
Good for you.
Creating a child is uniquely an act of individualism, and that child is potential embodied.
Yeah, I think Uhura might be the right choice.
Of Aquitaine or a Tapau. I feel certain I carry the correct answer here, if you'll pardon my saying it that way.
Okay.
From the looks on everyone's faces, I take it you feel that the Brassican's hint gives a compelling reason to choose a particular person.
Yes. So... I'm not sure if we shouldn't have taken the hint, though.
Alone among the people here, I am female and capable of childbearing. The nurturing of a new life remains a uniquely female labor. Certainly, I am the one among us who might go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life.
Your answer is accepted. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong.
Okay.
Where's he gone?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
Okay.
You're nothing like the Gerent, who hold a special place in our memories. The second question. Who among you wrestles most intensely with the chaos of life? Talk amongst yourselves. I will answer questions if I can. In the end, only one may reply.
I mean, this part seems short enough. It's just discussing them picking one person, so we can easily go back if we need to. And redo stuff. So...
Jim, I can't help feeling this question is directed at me. I can't explain exactly. Let me think about it a bit.
Okay.
It's obvious you have never spent time among Klingons, Kirk. The life of the warrior is the struggle between control and chaos. Clearly, the Brassica know more of us than you, and I am certainly the one intended to answer.
As with the previous question, this is a question of judgment, Captain.
Meaning there's no right or wrong answer.
I suspect the Brassica would disagree with you, Captain. There is likely a specific answer they expect. I can only speculate.
And?
Each of us can best make his or her own case. As science officer, I believe myself likely. It is the very heart of science to attempt to comprehend the fundamentally chaotic nature of the universe.
Chaotic? If the universe wasn't ordered, we couldn't make sense of it, Spock.
As you are certainly aware, Doctor, chaos defines the very nature of patterns. However, this does not mean random.
Well, that may be. On the other hand, I would be the last person to say a Vulcan wrestles with any concept. And don't you raise your eyebrow at me, Spock.
Okay.
I recognize your position, Clara, and if you thought the same as me, I'd have second thoughts. But I don't. As captain of the Enterprise, I'm responsible for the lives of everyone on board. Without a strong hand at the tiller, it would be complete chaos. Those demands make me the best answer.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. You broke my train of thought.
Oh, come on! He's struggling so hard that he can't even answer.
We are ready with our answer. We have questions.
Very well. Ask.
What have you done with Lieutenant Uhura? I demand an explanation.
Yes.
We will not discuss this.
Okay.
And this encounter is over. You've given me no reason to trust you. I won't sit by and let you spirit my people away. I don't like it, but I'll take it, for now. I'll expect an explanation before this is over. And this encounter is over. I don't like it, but I'll take it, for now. I'll expect an explanation before this is over. We are ready with our answer now. I want to question you further. Would you define some of the words you're using to give us a better idea what point you're trying to make?
Define words?
I am not one who thinks you should have any assistance.
Yes.
Others among us are less hostile, Captain. Perhaps a broad hint, something less definite than the words.
Define the words? We communicate clearly. Without ambiguity, it would not be a riddle.
Would you at least explain the context of the words?
You are not making a good impression on my associates, Captain Kirk, as I anticipated. What is it you want defined?
Explain your use of chaos in this context.
Chaos, Captain Kirk, is the way intellectually sophisticated races understand complex patterns which seem to be random, but are not. The shape of a cloud, unpredictable and changeable, but nevertheless comprehensible. What else do you want explained?
Explain your use of chaos. Explain your use of life in this. Explain the phrase wrestles most in. Explain your use of life in this context.
Although we ask one person to embody the answer, do not imagine a single individual's passage from birth to death as central to this question.
That was a big help, wasn't it, Jim? I still think I fit the idea best. As a physician, I deal with life on a grand scale, but only one life at a time.
What else do you want explained?
Explain your use of chaos in this Explain your use of life in this context. Explain the phrase wrestles most. That's enough for now. Explain the phrase wrestles most intensely.
How disappointing, Captain. I, of course, expected nothing better. This part of the question addresses the dichotomy of life and death, and the eternal struggle between those grand concepts.
What else do you want explained?
Explain your use of chaos in this context.
So I guess
that's
McCoy. Or was there anything else we wanted to ask?
We are ready with our answer now. We have questions.
Very well. Ask.
What have you done with Lieutenant Uhura? Would you define some of the words you're using? We've answered one question. We're trying to meet you halfway. Will you tell us something about your people now?
Hear how they pry. Captain, if you can answer the Gerent's questions, your scientists will be given free rein. I find the idea abhorrent, but that is the agreement this council has taken. Your agreement was to answer our questions.
They might receive a hint, don't you think? To help them answer properly?
Then the question becomes meaningless. I cannot agree.
Would you at least explain the context of the words?
You are not making a good impression.
Explain your use of chaos in this. Forget I asked. Let's get on with something.
Indecisive. Not an improvement, Kirk. But by all means, dig your...
We are ready with our answer now.
Let the one who would answer be the next to speak.
So, yeah, I think it's Bones.
I am a physician. I am the one who cares for life and health of hundreds aboard the Enterprise. The patterns of chaos are the patterns of life and death, and every day of my professional life is focused on balancing those patterns towards sustaining the quality of life. I am the one among us who struggles most intensely with the chaos of life.
And his life is also just chaotic.
Is accepted, Dr. McCoy. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong in our sight.
Okay.
You expect me to stand by while my people keep disappearing?
Yes.
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
Just standing on planets. Neat.
Congratulations, Captain.
Oh?
There are those among us
who doubted you could make it this far.
Oh?
The third question is somewhat different. But our heroes, the gerund, found the answer. Solve this equation. Pig plus X equals cow. Talk among yourselves. I will answer questions if I can. Only one may reply.
Pig plus X equals cow. What?
You get no response.
He's just not talking?
At face value, this question is complete nonsense, Captain. There is no way to answer chicken plus X equals reality.
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X equals cow.
Interesting, Kirk. I heard tlok pok plus X equals sorok nav. To humans, it would translate to plant plus X equal hive paper. What did you hear, Vulcan?
Chicken plus X equals reality.
Each question starts with something edible. Pigs and chickens are farm stock, are they not?
Many elements of Federation society do not consume animal flesh, Captain Clark. In principle, however, you are correct. But I believe the answer is, there is no logical answer.
I don't think so, Spock. But I don't like yours either, Clark. Where's the relationship between a cow, hive paper, and reality?
Difficult, I admit, Kirk. But they must be connected.
I'm not impressed, Clark. The Brassica addressed me first. I think we need to answer pig plus X equals cow.
You try my patience, Kirk. There's a pattern and an answer. A tlok pok grows a flower that ka-cha insects visit, and ka-cha make nectar and hive paper. So flour would work.
And what does that do for my question? Or Spock's?
Your officer was asked to solve chicken plus X equal reality. The philosophers of Ballade 7 maintain a celestial bird something like a chicken laid an egg from which the universe hatched. The idea of reality began as something egg-shaped, was an early theory of Klingon cosmologists.
You're stretching, Clark.
It all fits. The tlok pok flower is egg-shaped. Therefore, I believe egg is correct for all equations. Kirk, in a Barca society, might not a cow be worth, say, a pig with a clutch of eggs thrown in?
Clark, I come from a farm on Earth in a state called Iowa. Your solution makes some sense, but so would pig plus crate of apples equal cow. It's something else.
If I may, based on the evidence, I remain convinced there is no answer.
A time will come when we must answer.
I'm willing to let either of you answer.
The Brassica will allow only one to answer.
I think it's the Klingon this time.
The correct answer solves for X. In all the different questions, the answer is egg.
Your answer is accepted. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong.
I also think it makes
You plan to make
sense
off with everyone?
regarding the
Do you really
order.
expect me to keep taking that without protest?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
Because Kirk and Spock are the last ones.
I am astonished that an alien like you has muddled your way this far. It is a great honor that we share the Riddle Master's questions to the gerund. The last question. Answer this. There are two present. Only one may go. Why should you be the one to leave this place alive? Discuss this. I will answer questions if I can and will. You might want to discuss this with me to explore your options.
Okay. Well.
Captain, you are indispensable. I find the question doubtfully phrased. Death is implied, not assured. I find the risk of remaining acceptable.
No starship captain has ever had a better crew. The hard decisions are mine, and I thank you for reminding me of that. You want me to choose one of us or the other. Well, frankly, I don't want to risk either of us. I want another alternative, another choice. No starship captain has ever had a better crew. The hard decisions are mine, and I thank you for reminding me of that.
Okay.
Captain's job is a continuous series of life or death decisions. It's not a burden I can share. I trust you'll understand if I make the decision for both of us.
Of course, Captain. I have utmost trust in your abilities.
I mean, he's not gonna sacrifice Spock. Right? He is the captain. Guess we talk to it some more.
We're ready with our answer. We have questions to ask.
Ask your question.
Would you repeat the original question just as you asked it? Why should you want to prevent one or the other of us from leaving here? Is there anything we might do that would win a hint to the type of answer you're expecting? Perhaps something that would indicate a real choice? Would you repeat the original question just as you asked it?
The question I posed was this. There are 2 of you present. Only one of you may go. Why should you be the one to leave this place alive? Anything else?
We're ready with our answer. I want to talk with my associates. We'll get back to you. I want to get back to a different question.
Ask your question.
Would you repeat the original question just as you asked it?
I mean, well, he sacrificed himself. Spoilers, I guess, if any of you haven't seen it somehow. Yes, I know the movie. I know the scene. It's quite a dramatic scene. As is the scene after that one. So... But both of them are prone to sacrificing themselves. But I feel like Spock is especially prone to sacrificing himself, because like he keeps on going on super risky missions with no way out.
Why should you want to prevent one or the other of us from leaving here?
I did not mention anything about preventing individuals from leaving. I simply asked why, given that only one of you may, you should be the one to leave.
Do not be obtuse. The captain's question is legitimate. Captain Kirk, his answer is nevertheless cogent. There is nothing about the question itself which states that someone will be prevented from leaving. However, you are being asked to justify your continued existence, preferentially to your companion's continued existence.
I want to talk with my associates. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
Captain, you are indispensable. I find the question doubtfully phrased.
No starship captain has ever... You want me to choose one of us or the other. Well, frankly, I don't want to risk either of us. I want another alternative, another choice.
Captain, the risk greater than only one leaving is neither being allowed to go on.
Yeah.
One must continue.
No, that's it. We changed the rules. Right now, they're offering one to live and one to die.
Perhaps, Captain, but not necessarily.
But possible. The best answer is we both live, or both die.
What if the Brassica refuse this option?
Whether they offer it or not, that's what we choose.
In that case, it will not matter which of us answers. It is a larger gamble.
You know how I love a good bluff.
Captain, Jim, let us hope the Brassica are unfamiliar with poker.
He used his first name. Scandalous. So, who do we pick? I mean, Kirk is the one to pick, so not picking himself would be, like, the... Well... The whole, like, the captain goes down with his ship kind of idea, so he's responsible with protecting everyone else. So with that in mind, it would make sense to have him be the one to be sacrificed. But then again, he is, like, the highest commanding officer around. So it's kind of his responsibility to keep everyone else safe. And, you know, choosing to sacrifice your best friend is then like something he'd have to live with. So in a way, that would also like maybe be considered virtuous, like, you know, a survivor's guilt kind of thing. Choosing to have that. So who do we pick? I think they might consider it better to have you not choose yourself. So since Kirk is pulling the strings, let's go Spock.
Captain Kirk is the one person here who is indispensable to the mission we both pursue, to seek out alien life and to meet with alien races. I must therefore say, contrary to what he might want, that it is Captain Kirk and not I who must be the one allowed to leave this room to carry out this mission.
An unusual reply, Commander Spock. The one who speaks might have been interpreted to be the one who justifies his continuation. Therefore, I must ask you, Captain Kirk, if you accept Commander Spock's answer. Are you the one who is to leave this room, according to our question?
It pains me enormously to forsake any member of my crew, but I agree with Spock. If only one of us proceeds, then it has to be me. No, actually, I believe Mr. Spock is the better man to carry on from here. My decision as captain is that he should do so. I don't like your questions, and I don't like you. This is a choice that is no choice. To perhaps let my crewmen die so I might live and carry on, there must be some other alternative. It pains me enormously
Let's
to
go for
forsake
3.
I don't like your questions, and I don't like you. This is a choice that is no choice. To perhaps let my crewmen die so I might live and carry on, there must be some other alternative. It pains me enormously to forsake any member of my crew, but I agree with Spock. If only one of us proceeds... No, actually, I believe Mr. Spock is the better man to carry on from here. My decision as captain is that he should do so.
Wait. Maybe I can trick them by going, no, he should survive. No, he should survive. I'll go for that.
You are the leader, Captain Kirk. Asking another to undertake fulfillment of your responsibilities indicates to us that you, as a leader, cannot distinguish between what is yours and what is properly another's. The meeting of our two races must necessarily await another time.
Okay, that was the wrong answer.
All be safely returned to your own
Okay.
people. Farewell, until our peoples meet again.
This may be a mistake.
I have no more misgivings, Captain Kirk. I look forward to the future.
I preferred the mental gymnastics of them just switching and keeping on arguing for each other. Well, let's see the bad ending.
Captain's log, stardate 6270.5. I, have failed in our mission to make formal contact with the Brassica. My answer was responsible for the Brassica rejecting diplomatic relations with the Federation.
The Klingon ship is leaving orbit.
Yeah,
Didn't even say
they're just
goodbye.
back.
They did display considerable anger, Captain.
I can't blame them, Mr. Spock.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
I've reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. I'll be frank, Kirk. Starfleet expects more out of you than that. If I were you, I'd do some serious soul-searching about my command ability. I would expect as much from a cadet, but from Starfleet's finest. I'm going to have to forward my concerns to Command. Kane out.
Another message from Starfleet.
Okay, so that's...
We have evaluated your current series of
Okay.
missions. I hate to say it, but you're lucky you've done as well as you have. We found numerous lapses of judgment. I expected better.
Yes, Admiral.
When this mission is over, we should schedule some time for a refresher course. The Academy Simulator isn't just for cadets, you know.
I agree, Admiral.
That's all, Jim. Starfleet out.
I wonder what he'd say if he were in the command chair.
He's right, Bones. The moment Starfleet standards start to slip is the moment the Federation is in trouble.
Agreed, Captain. Triumphs achieved without an adequate standard are hollow and meaningless.
I suppose we could have done better.
And we shall, Bones. We shall.
And, yeah. Let's look at the bad ending. Anything else? Or just end credits? Might just be end credits. Anything? No? Just... oh, there we go. End credits. So yeah, we'll just need to figure out the correct order of people to eliminate. But yeah. Since this is just the end credits,
Load a previously saved game.
let's wait to fully watch them once we've fully completed this. So, I guess I should probably still talk to everyone.
Anything to add, Captain?
Fine, I've already talked to her. Good.
Alone among the people.
So, Biohura.
Answer is that.
Where's he gone?
The next question.
Did Kirk just say, where is he gone?
You are nothing like the Gerent, who hold a special place in our memories. The second question.
Talking behind
among
Ahura's
you
back.
wrestles-
So, who wrestles? Let's
Jim, I can't
ask
help.
everyone again.
It's obvious. You have never.
As with
Meaning there's no...
I
And?
each of chaos as you them.
Okay. And...
I am a
you go.
physician. I am the one who cares.
Yes.
Your answer is accepted, Dr. Mc.
So...
You expect me to stand by while my people keep disappearing?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
I'll keep asking everyone.
Congratulations, Captain. There are those among us
Who doubted you could make it this. How to solve
What are you saying?
interesting chicken. Each question.
Many
I don't think so.
Difficult.
I'm not impressed.
You try my.
And what does...
Your officer was asked to solve chicken plus X equal reality.
You're stretching, Clar.
It all fits.
Clar,
if I may,
A time will come.
I'm willing to let...
the Brassica will
Okay. And we'll have... well, I didn't specifically talk to Spock. And can he talk to himself?
Getting more than one question confuses things. I still have a gut feeling that... Pig...
Yeah. He has a gut feeling that that's the one because that's the one he heard.
The correct
There we
answer.
go. Egg.
Your answer is accepted.
You plan to make off with everyone?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
I am astonished that an alien like you has muddled your way this far. Answer this.
Okay.
Captain, you are indispensable.
No starship captain has ever had a better crew. The hard decisions are mine, and I thank you for reminding me of that.
So, let's go for it.
Captain's job is to continue...
Of course, Captain.
So... maybe I send Spock first and then I agree with him.
Captain Kirk is the one person here who is indispensable to the mission we both pursue.
An unusual reply, Commander Spock. The one who speaks might have been interpreted to be the one who justifies his continuation. Therefore, I must ask you, Captain Kirk, if you accept Commander Spock's answer. Are you the one who is to leave this room according to our question?
It pains me enormously to forsake any member of my crew, but I agree with Spock. If only one of us proceeds, then it has to be me.
Okay.
Your original answer is accepted. However,
This is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong in our sight.
You have never told me whether Spock or any of my former companions are safe. I demand to know if you have hurt them.
You are the one to leave this room, Captain Kirk.
Ah.
Is not the time to answer questions.
The other ones didn't leave the room, they were teleported. Wait.
Greetings, Captain Kirk, and welcome to your species. Your Federation starships will be welcome here on any peaceful mission.
I am pleased to meet you face to face as well. However, I want my crew back.
Of course, Captain.
You're all right, all of you?
Wait.
You were treated well?
We are unharmed, Captain. We engaged in enlightening discussions with the Brassicans. They felt it necessary to isolate themselves so long ago because of interstellar disputes between...
Later, Spock. Right now, I'm glad you're okay.
Indeed, Captain. We are well.
But they couldn't be sure we would have passed all their tests. Brassican, how do you explain that?
Some of us could not restrain our desire to learn. It seemed worth the risk, and has proved so.
I believe the Federation and the Brassica will have a long and fascinating future together.
Although my associate, Septhi, has great misgivings about breaking our isolation, others of us have high hopes.
You are star-eyed, if you imagine that no difficulties lie ahead. However, all conditions have been met, and so I also welcome you, Captain Kirk.
Thank you. Septhi, is it?
Yes, and our moderator, leader to you, is Zenti.
Zenti, Aha, and Septhi. I hope to show you you've made the right decision.
Speaking for the Klingon Empire, I too look forward to the relationship between all peoples. You surprise me, Kirk. Perhaps one day we will even trust you.
We'll just have to see, won't we?
Captains, feel free to look around while we summon your two ships to these coordinates. Captain Kirk, I have something interesting to show you over here. Come with me.
Over here? What's over here? Okay. Let's save before we do that.
Save new game. Can't delete previous.
Oh.
Save new game.
Who knows?
Captain Kirk, I have misgivings about the Klingon race. For our mutual protection, here is a Paralens disk of data which I want you to have. With this knowledge, you can come to our defense. Will you take it and safeguard our future?
Yes, I'll take the disc. Not without knowing more about it. No, take it up with the Federation ambassador when he gets here. Yes, I'll take the disc.
Let's take the disc. I mean, he's asking us in secret because he trusts us, so... Seems like the right thing to do. Talk some more, or...
I trust you will fulfill your promise, Captain Kirk, and use that Paralens wisely.
Okay.
This is a day we will celebrate. The day we broke out of our isolation and joined the other races among the stars.
I was unsure. You have shown us that isolation is no longer a wise choice. I look forward to a challenging future.
Okay.
I think our mission is finished here, Captain.
Uhura with a cocktail.
I can't wait to get back to the Enterprise, Captain.
Time to go, Jim.
Captain Kirk, isn't it time you returned to your ship?
Fine. We'll teleport up. Everyone wants us to leave, so...
It's good to speak with you again. These overgrown beanstalks told us that you'd come to no harm. Ready to beam up?
Not yet, Scotty. There are still a few loose ends. Kirk out.
Okay. So... Tricorder? Oh, we don't have a tricorder anymore. give it to Spock. Here, have this.
This appears to be another of the Paralens disks. Without a reader terminal, it is not possible to extract the data.
Do I give it to the other ones?
I remember Sethi said he was going to pass along that data to you. I hope you'll do the right thing with it.
Okay.
The Paralens that Sethi gave you, yes. We'll have to upload the technology of how to build a reader terminal.
Okay.
You accepted the responsibility for the Paralens when you accepted it from me, Kirk.
Yes, yes, you won't take it back. So...
Captain, it's good to speak with you again. These...
Not yet, Scotty.
Fine, we're not ready to beam up.
Jim, I've never had readings like this. How should I know if they're healthy or not?
No need to be so...
No, I don't think that's...
Okay, so we're not supposed to knock them out.
Jim, what good would that do?
No effect. No effect. No effect.
Okay. Any more talking?
I trust you. I have no advice to offer. I have no advice to offer about the Paralens, Captain. I believe you know best what to do with it. I have no advice.
Okay, so we give it to the Klingons? As a sign of goodwill?
What's this, Captain Kirk? A Paralens? Braskan data, no doubt. Are you turning it over to me?
Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Clark, the data disk belongs in your hands. Not only to show it, Captain Clark, do you have anything to share as a result of seeing this? Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Clark, the data disk belongs in your hands.
What is it exactly?
You might want to reconsider, Captain Kirk. What if I substituted a scan of Federation space and told you it was a scan of Klingon space?
These aliens gave you a scan of our sovereign territory, Kirk? I demand you give that to me!
If it is a scan of Federation territory, Captain Kirk, you will be branded a traitor if you hand it over. A difficult quandary, is it not?
And the last Brassican test. Is it not, Zinti?
Even if you had a reader console to examine that Paralens, which of you would read it? So we will not provide it. If you believe that makes this the last of our tests, so be it.
This disk contains data which could bring about war. It must be destroyed. Clar, you have shown a level of honor I never expected. Take the Paralens. If it's a scan of Federation space, I trust you to see it destroyed. Clar, if this is a scan of Klingon space, you have my word, it will be destroyed. This disk contains data which could bring about war. It must be destroyed.
Let's just destroy it in general.
Don't be so hasty, Captain. What if that disk contains the best examples of our technologies? Would we ever offer the knowledge twice?
The risk is too great. It must be destroyed. You retain the knowledge, so it isn't lost for good. Fine, keep it. Give it to the diplomats. The risk is too great. It must be destroyed. You retain the knowledge, so it... Fine,
diplomats.
Keep it. Give it to the diplomats.
No, we won't
No?
accept it.
Okay.
Did not Captain Clar call this another test?
Uh-huh.
Keep it, or turn it over to Clar.
Clar, you have shown a level of
Sure.
honor I never expected.
Let's
Take
give it to
the
him.
Paralens. If it's a scan of Federation space, I trust you to see it destroyed.
Trust brings trust, Kirk.
Alright. See ya.
I was given this.
Ah.
They told me it was a scan of Federation space.
Of course
and
they
I had
did.
not decided what to do with it. Now I know.
Aren't you hasty, Klingon? What if that data was really the best examples
Yes,
of our
yes. They've already
technology?
said that.
Why would we offer the knowledge twice?
If it's scans of the sovereign space, then no one should have them. If it's research data, that certainly isn't your only record of it. We will show you we can be trusted.
You have won our respect,
There we go.
Captain. Both of you. Those discs were blank and no scans existed. This was truly the final test.
Yeah.
I am greatly reassured about our intersecting futures.
I doubt we have seen the last Brassican test, Zente. Seems to be your nature. The Klingons will do well. Now I think it is time for us to go.
Let me leave you with this. Individuals among us act as individuals, for good and for ill. But overall, the different races of the Federation are joined in a mutual respect that overcomes differences. I think you will be pleased with us.
I think I can already see that, Captain Kirk. Farewell.
But yeah. Wait, what? Why do they keep on leaving Spock behind? Spock is really glitchy in that one. Wait.
Captain's log, stardate 6270.5. We have succeeded in making formal contact with the Brassica. We look forward to a long and productive relationship with them. So, Lieutenant, you turned down the Brassica's offer to become the Federation official ambassador.
Not in my job description, Captain. And they were probably just testing me.
A formidable accomplishment, Captain. Establishing diplomatic relations with a new and advanced alien race. Improving our relations with the Klingons. Impressive.
Thank you, Mr. Spock.
Everyone's so cheerful today. Even Spock's in a good mood. This makes me nervous.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
There's my answer.
I reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. Well done, Kirk. Keep up the good work. I must say, however, your performance is not what we've come to expect from JST Kirk. I guess we all have our off days, Captain. Kane out.
Another message from Starfleet.
On screen.
Jen, we have evaluated your current series of missions. I hate to say
come
it,
on.
you're lucky you've done as well as you have. We found numerous lapses of judgment. I expected better.
Yes, Admiral.
When this mission is over, we should schedule some time for a refresher course. The Academy simulator isn't just for cadets, you know.
I agree, Admiral.
Fine, we have to redo stuff.
Starfleet out.
I wonder what he'd say if he were in the command chair.
He's right, Bones. The moment Starfleet standards start to slip is the moment the Federation is in trouble.
Agreed, Captain. Triumphs achieved without an adequate standard are hollow and meaningless.
I suppose we could have done better.
And we shall, Bones. Okay. We shall.
So, where's the walkthrough to get the proper ending?
Load a previously saved game.
Okay. So... Scrolling quite far down since it's the last couple of missions. There. So, through this be madness. So... Review the computer data, enter the portal. Okay. So everyone has a good answer. So, maximum number of points. Uhura the first question. McCoy... Oh? Fine. Okay. So, Spock is supposed to answer the third question. So apparently it's not egg. It's no answer. Okay. So, apparently that's the best outcome. Alright. Let's load the save. So we got it almost right. So, horror.
Alone among the people.
There.
Your answer is
Where's he gone?
The next question.
I'll just assume that it's fine if I
You're nothing.
don't have all of them talk. And I just select.
Your answer is
Speedrunning.
You expect me? The next question.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Who doubted?
At face value, this question is complete nonsense, Captain. There is no way to answer chicken plus X equals reality.
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X.
Continue your discussion. Then
interesting, Kirk.
Yes,
Chicken
yes.
plus X.
Each question starts.
Many.
I don't think so.
Difficult,
I'm not impressed.
You try, mate.
And what does that?
You're an officer.
You're stretching, Clark.
It all fits.
Clark.
If I may,
a time will come.
I'm willing to let
the Brassica will allow. The question I heard was chicken plus X equals reality. This question is nonsensical, as is Captain Kirk's. Therefore, I deduce the answer is that there is no answer.
Your answer is accepted. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong.
You plan to make off with everyone? Do you really expect me to keep taking that without protest?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
I am astonished that an alien like you has muddled your way this far. It is a great honor that we share the Riddle Master's questions to the Gerent. The last question.
Okay.
Answer this. There are two.
Fine, so it's still the same.
Only one may go. Why should you be the one to leave this place alive? Discuss this. I will answer questions if I can and will. You might want to discuss this with me to explore your options.
So we're supposed to leave with both.
Intriguing
somehow,
question,
apparently.
Kirk. Two captains representing empires at odds with each other.
The Federation is no empire, Clar, and the Organian Treaty assures we are not at each other's throat.
Be honest. There are many differences between us. I wish to hear your analysis before I offer my own thoughts.
Okay.
I'd hoped you'd thought of something new. I'm having second thoughts, and I want to go over my ideas with you again. I'd hoped you'd thought of something new. I'm having second thoughts, and I want to go over my ideas with you again.
You go or I go, Kirk. Have you a better idea?
Since I represent the peaceful and unified, I might surprise you, Clar. I believe the Brassica will come to us in time. The Klingons need this. I don't like the choices. I want another alternative, but I'm not sure there is one.
I feel the same, Kirk. I have a thought about how we might deal with the question.
Go ahead, Clar.
Okay.
I'm listening.
They're asking us to choose one to proceed and one to remain.
That's the implication of death for the one who remains.
I concur. They want an answer that either I live and you die, or you live and I die. I say we answer we both live, or both die.
Good concept. What if they refuse?
We choose it, whether they offer or not.
And if it's not the answer I give?
We shall see, won't we?
I mean, that's kind of the answer I thought I'd want to give.
We're ready with our answer.
Let the one who would answer be the next one to talk.
Well, both of them.
Neither I nor Kirk find this acceptable. We are not even willing allies, but I will not abandon one who has come so far by my side.
Captain Clar, you have stepped forward to make your choice, and that choice is very simple. I make it simpler by allowing you to respond as follows.
I proceed from this room alone. Captain Kirk may be allowed to proceed from this room alone. We both proceed from this room, or neither of us does. We both proceed from this room, or neither of us does.
There is no such option offered. What exactly do you mean by choosing in this way? That perhaps you should both die?
Yes.
No, Brassican, it means we're changing the rules. You want one to remain, perhaps to die, and one to go on? We refuse to play that game. You want to meet with us as much as we wish to meet with you, so take us both through, or let us both remain in this surreal purgatory forever. Take it or leave it.
You have confounded me, Captain Kirk. I did not believe you would make such a choice.
But I declared all along that this race had the qualities we sought.
Fine.
The understanding of both leadership and sacrifice. Captain Kirk, you have achieved all that I, at least, had hoped of you. It is time for us to greet you face to face.
There we go. Wait, where are the other crew members?
We look forward to a long and fruitful relationship with both your peoples. Your starships will be welcome here on any peaceful mission.
I am pleased to meet you face to face as well. However, I want my crew back.
Of course, Captain.
There they are.
All of you were treated well?
We are unharmed, Captain. We engaged in enlightening discussions with the Brassicans. They felt it necessary to isolate themselves so long ago because of interstellar disputes between...
Later, Spock. Right now, I'm glad you're okay.
Indeed, Captain. We are well.
But they couldn't be sure we would have passed all their tests. Brassican, how do you explain that?
Some of us could not restrain our desire to learn. It seemed worth
Yeah, we've
the
heard this
risk,
before.
and has proved so.
I believe the Federation and the Brassica will have a long and fascinating future together.
Although my associate, Septhi, has great misgivings about breaking our isolation, others of us have high hopes.
You are star-eyed, if you imagine that no difficulties lie ahead. However, all conditions have been met.
Wait.
And so I also...
I think the voice has changed.
Captain Kirk.
Thank you. Septhi, is it?
Yes. And our
Oh, fine.
leader
But now it changed.
is Zenti.
Zenti, Aha, and Septhi. I hope to show you've made the right decision.
Speaking for the Klingon Empire, I too look forward to the relationship between all peoples. You surprise me, Kirk. Perhaps one day we will even trust you.
We'll just have to see, won't we?
Captains, feel free to look around while we
Yeah, some of the ships. And time to be given the disc thingy. Behind the super subtle barrier.
Captain Kirk, I have misgivings.
Yes, I'll take the disc.
There. And give the disc to Klingon. But yes, Uhura did grab a cocktail.
It looks like a paralens. Zente, what do you know about this?
Captain Kirk, is it your intention to turn over that data to Captain Clark?
Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Clark, the data disk belongs in your hands.
What is it exactly?
You might want to reconsider, Captain Kirk. What if I substituted a scan of Federation space and told you it was a scan of Klingon space?
These aliens gave you a scan of our sovereign territory, Kirk? I demand you give that to me!
If it is a scan of Federation territory, Captain Kirk, you will be branded a traitor if you hand it over. A difficult quandary, is it not?
And the last Brassican test, is it not, Zenti?
Even if you had a reader console to examine that paralens, which of you would read it? So we will not provide it. If you believe that makes this the last of our tests,
It seems...
so be it.
This disk contains data which could bring about war. It must be destroyed.
It seems we're supposed to just
Clara, you have
refuse.
shown a level of honor I never expected. Take the paralens. If it's a scan of Federation space, I trust you to see it destroyed.
There. But we'll see what this ending brings us.
Kirk. I was given this. They told me it was a scan of Federation space, and I had not decided what to do with it. Now I know.
Aren't you hasty, Klingon? What if that data was...
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
I think...
We already had this ending, so what's the score though? Because I feel that might be a passing score. As opposed to the, oh, you need to go back to training.
Log, stardate 6270.5.
Okay.
We have succeeded.
Not in my job description, Captain.
A formidable thank you, Mr. Spock.
Everyone's so cheerful today.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
There's my answer.
I reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. The top brass at Starfleet are impressed with the results of your recent performance. Outstanding work, Jim. Keep up the good work. Kane out.
Another message from Starfleet.
On screen.
Jim, we have evaluated your current series of missions, and we are satisfied with your performance. You've done some good work lately. Keep it up.
Thank you, Admiral.
That's all, Jim. Starfleet out.
He could have been a little more enthusiastic. We haven't been doing badly.
Starfleet was not built on adequacy, Doctor. They have always had high expectations.
And so they should. We can always do better, Bones.
I think I reached my limits a long time ago, Jim.
None of us have reached it yet, Bones, but somewhere out there, there's a new challenge. And I can't wait to see what it is.
Yay, we got a positive ending, kind of, almost. I can't praise us too much. It would go to our heads. But yes. I think it's more fun when it's not quite as clear. Like the idea of like it's more fun when a game really makes you think as opposed to like asking a question like what's 1 + 1? Like asking a question that's more like philosophical. I feel it's, I don't know, more character building to like have you actually contemplate it as opposed to just having it be a pop quiz. So yeah, but that's not horrible life advice, so I guess that was horrible life advice. What is pig plus X equals cow? Yeah, good question. Very good question. I'll get back to you on that if I ever figure it out. It doesn't have fewer space battles as far as I know. I chose the difficulty option where you skip the space battles. Because I was struggling with the space battles in the previous one. So I decided to just not. Since the system looks so incredibly similar everywhere else that, yeah. Well, I mean, there you go. I guess now you've got a cow. But yeah, the space battles of the previous one were kind of broken. So, yeah. But yeah, it's a, overall, a fun game. Once again, a bit frustrating with the, needing to look at every single Easter egg to get an acceptable score at the end. I feel like they could have had an option to, like, get more than 100 points. As opposed to, like, oh, you saved the planet and everyone. Yeah, well, that's, like, barely a passing grade. We would expect better from a cadet. It just seems like they're a bit too strict with it. Like, needing to scan exactly everything and so on and so on. That's a bit silly. So, I think they should be more lenient if you get a positive outcome to your mission. that, like, that should be a positive rating. And, like, having the Easter eggs there for fun, whatever. Like, for example, how we had a bad rating for not getting a I'm a doctor, not a fill-in-the-blank reference. So, yeah, sometimes it's a bit silly. But overall, I liked the missions. I mean, some of them were silly, but original series. So, yeah, if you like the original series, I do think you'll like this game, but it's nice to have walkthrough handy for when you can't get through a mission, even with, like, anything close to passing rating otherwise. So, yeah, I'd recommend it. I just, as I said, also recommend having the walkthrough in case you need it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's that. I think I mentioned it before, but I think it was 25th anniversary. I liked this one more. It felt more polished, because the other one, the last few missions, I think it was, they were a bit chaotic. So there was one mission where stuff was glitchy and you had to do it in the exact right order, otherwise you got soft-locked. And I got stuck in that. And I was very annoyed when I got stuck with that. So, yeah. I'm glad that I did not encounter any soft locks with this one. So, I would say this one is better than the previous one. I mean, of course, they have some glitches and everything, but that's fine. I didn't encounter any, like, major hindrances, like the soft lock. So, yeah. And I mean, I can't say if the combat system was as bad in this one, considering I didn't have to redo the final battle over and over and over again for several hours like I did with the other one. Because that was another part that was kind of broken. Which I was able to just avoid by picking the other difficulty setting, so I'll just assume it works fine. But I didn't see it, so I'll, like, give it the benefit of the doubt. And just assume that they fixed the combat system. I'd probably still not be great with it, but, like, I'd assume that it's going to be more, like, humanly manageable than it was in the previous one. Anyway. Seems nothing's happening from here on.
Load a previously saved
exactly.
game.
So we'll switch back over here. And we have a new schedule for next week. There it is. So, yeah, we've now finished Judgment Rites, which, well, is actually quite convenient, since next Thursday is going to be the 3,000 follower celebration. We reached that milestone, I think it was between the Tuesday and the Wednesday stream this week. So, yeah, we'll be celebrating that next Thursday. Haven't revealed what game we'll be playing yet, but I can tell you that it's a point and click. It's not one that's available on any of the online stores yet, as far as I know. It's infamous. And, yeah. Looking forward to playing it. So, that's that. And yeah, I think it has some FMV elements. We talked about it on a previous stream, so that's all the hints. And you'll just have to check back next week to see what game it actually ends up being. I don't think I've seen anyone play that game on Twitch in, like, recent memory. So, don't know how frequently people stream it, Just that I haven't seen it. Anyway. Let's see who we're going to raid today. Also very convenient that we ended the game a bit sooner than I was expecting, because that means that since I'm still waiting for a phone call, that will be off stream and won't be interrupting this experience. So, yeah. Anyway, so as far as I know, Fraz is doing a 24-hour birthday stream today. So we'll head over there. Currently playing Sea of Thieves. Anyway, not familiar with the game, but I mean it's probably perfectly nice. So yeah, we'll head over there. It's a very cozy channel, so I recommend you stick around. And I will see you guys on Tuesday with more XCOM. Bye!